Okay. I don't know why it just cut out. So I hope it doesn't do it again. I'm gonna get him to join. Um, but yeah, I'm probably post the first part as well. I don't know why I'm telling you this. It doesn't matter. Um, okay. BGFT. But yeah, man. I hope you're enjoying it so far. My food's almost ready, so I won't be getting up to leave anymore soon. But yeah. I hope you're enjoying the music as well. I hope you can hear it. I'm gonna get better with this. You know what? I've really developed a new respect for people who do these podcasts and radio, anything really that involves this. Cause like I was doing it the other day. And I felt myself being very exhausted afterwards. Like, cause there's a certain you feel like you are supposed to be interesting without trying, which is like that's somewhat of a spiritual kind of experience of like, let me get back to the food. But uh yeah, especially people that do like weekly podcasts and stuff like that, like they have to do it weekly and they do it consistently. Like I respect that a lot, man, especially if it's entertaining. Like I watch there's one I watch called The Dick Show. Here he comes. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm gonna go get this food ready and I'll be back with you. So just talk to the people a bit more. Yeah,
Hey,
talk to the
yeah,
people.
you can hear
Talk
me
to the
again.
people. I'm gonna go finish this food.
Again, all right. Safe travels. Good to be back. What's up, guys? Hope you've been staying safe. Hope you've been staying blessed. Um, yeah, look after yourselves, eh? Fuck, I don't even know what else to say. I'm pretty fucking cooked. It's quite nice. Man, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting going out after this 2 weeks. I don't think being isolated this long is healthy for anyone, bro. Like, I've had no one to talk to, no one to fucking, like, collaborate with, make music with. I've literally just been getting fucking cooked in a room by myself for like 2 weeks. Not good. Not good at all. All right. How do I do that? All right. What's up, guys? Yeah, so like I was saying, breakfast champions right here. Fucking one banana, get some fucking nice yogurt. I'm using strawberry yogurt right now. Fucking yeah, high protein, pretty good for when you want to exercise and build that muscle mass. And then yeah, just some like granola and shit. Pretty healthy. And then a big old fucking mug of coffee. It's good for you, man. Can keep you going. How's Ade doing back there? I wonder what his food's up to. I don't know. I wonder if it'll turn out well. Shit. I don't want to spit some more bars, to be honest. Hold up. Let's see if I got some instrumentals on my phone. There we go. Yeah. Mm, mm. Hey, what you know about this empty, baggy, nostril scabby, itchy, scratchy life we live in? Are we mice or kittens? Man's a lion on these rhythms, making ribbons out of rivals, but the time is ticking. Man, I'm looking at my wrist, think my time any minute. What's it mean to exist? Opportunity missed. Turn I use into this. It turned the bitches into bitches and the dicks into dicks, like the tip of a spliff or the drip of a sniff. Pain just means we exist. Shit. Twist up another one, wanna get gone. Wonder where man wandered off. Exists for the trouble of stumbling on. Learning from my falling off. Right in the deep end, sight on light. Drugs pull deeper, eyes go skyward. Sick of the struggling, bring along. Baggage of the bad shit, ones I wrong. Yeah, I'm a freak and I'm alright. Feeling free as spite inside. Don't chat about ice, live nice in a white ride. Driving by my bros on the curbside. Dying in droves, you know why I smoke. We could all explode tomorrow. Hope feels like a luxury. I'm fresh out of peas. Sick of going hungry. I'm hunting down that meat. Gotta eat, G. I gotta eat, G. Yo, where's that beef? Hey, I got no deal like the Tories, still won't keep me from my dreams. If you stall me, it get gory like my name is Eddie Gein. Got it beat, G. I got it beat. Got it beat, G. Oh, I compete. Hey, never thought I'd get to 20. Dying every day like Kenny. Ghost of Amy visited me. Even she said I was seshy. 4-3, G. Got 4-3. 4-3, G, to kill that fiend. Hey, I got 7 years to get clean, 7 years of getting ready, man. Fuck that slow and steady. I want my corpse looking sexy. Ah, all right. Anyway, yeah, freestyles. There's some songs I haven't released yet, but I'll release them soon because I got fucking nothing else to do apart from record music. Yeah. Hope you like them. Hope you're looking forward to the new tunes. I don't know what the fuck else to do, eh? I'm pretty lost. I don't know why he puts me on the spot like this, eh? It's pretty mean of him. I'm just gonna sit here and munch some more fucking cereal. Sorry, guys. I know this isn't very good content right now, but we'll see what happens, eh? Hopefully it gets better in a bit. And you're back. Welcome back, Adi, the host of the show.
How'd you do?
Hello. Just saying welcome back to the host of the show. What's up?
I hope you did okay in entertaining.
I don't know, man. I guess we'll see later, eh?
Yeah.
never know. See what happens.
Yeah, I just made some chicken korma.
Woo. Nice,
Yeah.
man. Last thing I cooked was a fucking steak, bro. I've been surviving on steak. It's been pretty good, man. I like a good steak. Like,
yeah, if
got real fucking good at cooking it too.
There's worse things to survive on.
Man, yeah. Like, I don't know why, but there's just a fucking surplus of steak at the house here. Like, I just walk in, and they're like, oh yeah, freezer's got some fucking meat in it. I'm like, oh cool. Thank you, guys. So yeah.
You managed to find some weed, by the way.
Of course I managed to find weed. It's just New Zealand, bro. Come on.
Oh yeah, tell these guys, man.
Grandma smokes weed over here, brother. Like this is like the weed capital of the world, fam. Land of the fucking land of the long white cloud, bro. That's what the traditional Māori name for New Zealand is Aotearoa, and that literally translates to the land of the long white cloud. I don't think there's anything more perfect than that.
Oh, so they mean like when they mean weed when they say that?
No, they mean actual clouds, bro.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I think it fits pretty well with the weed as well. Land of the bong white cloud, you know.
Yeah, I remember this guy telling me they just grow mushrooms like psilocybin?
Psilocybin, psilocybin. Yeah, man.
The magic mushroom.
That should literally we go out like it's pretty much season in like a week. We're gonna go out, find some dead wood, and go to fucking town, bro. Like I'm gonna be out there, G, with a fucking plastic bag, like mission for mushies. It's gonna be good, man.
That's
Yeah,
nice, man. To come from a place where you have natural bounty.
absolutely, bro. Like I love London, and I think London's always gonna have my heart, bro. But there are definitely beautiful things to be said about this country. But
Mm.
I've
Yeah,
definitely
how
learned to appreciate more living, you know.
yeah, how have you been finding this since you've been back? Cause
Man, it's been nice. It's been
you
fucking relaxing, brother.
yeah, I mean, yeah, naturally you can't leave your house, but um yeah,
No shit.
take the people into because I'm eating my food, so I don't want to talk too much, but take the people into some of like your because you got quite an interesting story, man. Like just as
Cool.
far as the yeah, I mean, I would say so. Shit, like you don't have to go into any specifics that you don't want to, but
Alright,
just as far as like you're kind of like you've always been a
what we
traveler.
talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Like, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Like, yeah. So like, I was my fucking even before I was born. I've told you this. I think I did a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Even before I was born, my parents met in Afghanistan. And they were doing like aid work and stuff.
Mm.
My mum was a nurse. My dad was a fucking civil engineer, like helping them rebuild like wells and like houses and stuff after the Taliban had come through and like wrecked everything. And yeah, basically they had me, and then fucked off back to Africa for a bit. And like, yeah,
You're the
that's
firstborn.
how I grew up. Yeah, so I spent the first like year of my life in Africa, which was
Okay.
pretty chill.
Do you
And
remember
then yeah, they fucked back.
which country specifically?
Gambia, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Gambia. Yeah. I don't know if there were any other ones, but I remember Gambia. And because they took lots like they have a bunch of photos of like little like 1 year old me and all these little like native African tribes. And obviously like little me with like
Oh,
bright
you were
bright
hanging out
blonde
with like
curly.
you were hanging out with
It was
tribes.
yeah, for real, bro. Like that's what my mom was a nurse, bro. So she was going around like, hey, yo, you guys should like probably like grow these sorts of crops and like eat this sort of stuff. But she was basically just helping with the like, because like they were hungry over there, right? So
Mm.
she was just like helping them with farming and like nutrition and making sure they like actually needed to eat, like making sure they're actually getting like good food and like
Mm.
eating good shit. Yeah. So yeah, she was yeah. Nah, she's always been an inspiration in my life though, for real. Like, and I mean, she left home when she was 18, and I left when I was what 19. So she got a
Okay.
year on me still, but you know, I guess it was probably a bit easier as well to do it back then. She just because she was in England, obviously, so she just fucked off to Germany and like just learned the language and, and started skiing, and like she was an au pair there for a bit and like a nurse. It's like yeah,
So
she's always inspired me to like get the fuck out and travel and like see shit.
so when
Yeah,
when she was 18 and she left, was she already trained to be a nurse or did she continue
nah, she had no
training?
clue what was going. She didn't know how to speak German. She moved to Germany. I don't know if she done like a bit of skiing. She was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna chill." I think she learned to ski. Worked in like a hotel for a bit as like a cleaner. Um, yeah, so she's been around a lot, and like done a lot of travel. And my dad too. Like my dad fucking sailed across the Atlantic 4 times, 4 or 5 times solo, just like on a little fucking 12-foot yacht or whatever. So
Oh.
he's pretty nutty as well. Like yeah, my family are pretty intense, man.
Mm.
I fucking love them to bits. But like yeah, so yeah, so I've traveled around all my life. Went to New Zealand. Did fuck. I mean, I got there. It was pretty good. Um, I was living in Auckland for a bit. Went to a primary school there. Moved to a place called Palmerston North, which is boring as shit. And I started going to schools there for a while. And I was 11 at a fucking mad bike accident. Um, Fucked my face up, ripped a hole in my skull. Uh, Gave me some like
I
gnarly
don't know if the
concussion and
camera
stuff.
can see this the scar. You got like a scar on
I don't
your
know, bro. Is that like a yeah? I don't know. Not really. Like, I guess around there and shit. But yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, it's yeah. So that yeah, that was pretty bad. And then that's kind of the beginning of the end. And I left the intermediate, went to high school. Well, started getting kicked out of those. Um, Basically, I don't know. Apparently, what I figured out later, or like the doctor figured out later, was that like the concussion and shit had given me like pretty intense ADD. And for someone who was just developing that, like as having grown up without ADD, it was just I was like, fuck this, like didn't do well in school. I was like, fuck it,
Oh, so
I can
you actually
somewhere else.
developed ADD.
Yeah, bro. I haven't had it all my life, eh? So like
Okay.
it was pretty weird, bro. Like, and I stopped being able to focus on things, and I felt like I was going nuts, bro. It was real intense for like 12-year-old, 13-year-old me to deal with.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, got kicked out of a fair few schools. Went to uni, got a fucking good old diploma in screen production. Make film. I can technically make films if I want to. But I kind of decided the whole industry was bullshit. Um, and like, yeah, I don't know. I've been writing. I started getting into poetry when I was like 13, 14, using it as a way to fucking like get all the bad shit out there. And then over the years, that kind of just developed into like music and stuff. So then, like after all the fucking film stuff was over, I was like, I've always loved the music stuff. I fucking broke up with the misso. Well, she broke up with me, and I went a bit nuts. And I was like, fuck it, I'm leaving. My fucking best mate, one of my best mates in New Zealand, hit me up, and he was like, hey, I'm going to India in a couple of weeks. Like, want to come with? And so yeah, I fucked off to India for a while, got my shit right, and then came over to London. And I was like, yo, ready to make some music. And then I met you, and the rest is fucking history.
I mean, no, it wasn't just that you met, because you met Sant before you met me.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Actually, I met
So
Sant, bro. Fuck, no.
because
What a fucking
I
human
met
being.
you
What a
two.
beautiful human. God, I fucking love Sant, bro. The fucking the amount of fucking like just overwhelming respect and love I have for that man. Like,
Yeah, I don't even think I ever asked. I don't know if I know the story of how you two met, and I might have Sant on the
oh,
show
bro.
at some point. But yeah,
Yeah, you want the story of how we met, eh?
mm,
It's quick as fuck. Basically, I used to work at a hostel. Sant used to work at a hostel before I was working at this hostel. He came back to meet some of the guys who are currently staying there who used to work there with Sant. He came back for a visit. Fucking gets to a point, I'm going outside to smoke a spliff. Sant's like, yeah, fuck it, we'll come out for a chat. He's just like that, you know? Um, and it was just me and him. I start fucking smoking this joint. He's like drinking his wine or whatever. I mentioned that I rap. He's like, fuck, bro, you rap? I'm like, yeah, do you rap? And he's like, yeah, no shit, I rap. I'm like, oh, you want to rap for me? And so I start beatboxing, and he fucking raps for me, and he kills it. And I was like, holy fuck, I love this. And so then I'm like, right, your turn. He's like, I do a beatbox. I'm like, yeah, you fucking do beatbox, bro. And then he beatboxed, and I killed it. And then like that was it, bro. From that day on, we're like, yo, give me your number, bro. We're making music together. And then yeah, like 4 months later, we were in Paris making recording tunes. That was brilliant, man. That
oh,
was, bro, Paris.
you two
Such a
actually
shit
went.
show,
You went to Paris.
bro. Fuck yeah, yeah, man. We went to like get some shit recorded, photos taken, like all the shit. Went to a professional studio to talk with like some proper people, for like mixing and things.
Mm.
But I'm trying to learn how to mix and master and do all the post stuff a lot better, so I don't have to rely on someone else, you know.
I mean, for the track that you sent me, did you mix that yourself or? Yeah, that
Which
was.
one? The last one?
Yeah.
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 I did it myself.
I mean, yeah, that was sounding like an improvement. I mean, it was more simple than some of the other ones, but like,
Yeah. Well, I kind of realized that sometimes doing more was like getting in the way of the actual music. Like, it's a learning process.
Because when I was giving feedback, I was trying to think of what I could say, but I couldn't really. Yeah, I couldn't really think of anything specific to say other than take your time with it, because it's a nice one.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
But,
yeah, I'm gonna do that chorus with Sparrow actually.
Oh, okay. How? Like, what's he gonna add to it?
Singing.
Sparrow's...
He's gonna sing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. See how that.
Yeah.
Sparrow is a guitarist from Italy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Sparrow's a fucking lovely human being.
Yeah.
He's back in Italy now as well.
Yeah, I know. Everyone. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Everyone got
Sparrows. Yeah.
Everyone got shipped back home because of quarantine.
Yeah. Nah, Sparrow's lovely.
Hmm.
Another one of the fucking characters we've met at the open mics, eh? We've
Bro,
met some
I
interesting
was I
people
was
there, brother.
I was saying this to before you came on. Like every time I've gone to
Yeah,
that, what's it, the King's Head?
yeah, yeah.
Every time I've gone
King
there,
said,
I've met crazy talented people, bro. Like
oh yeah, and sometimes
there's
just straight up crazy people. It's the best
yeah,
mix, bro.
there's some crazy talented people and then just crazy people. But like there's a lot. Like
Love it, man.
there's that guy who plays
Dread Fury.
yes,
Yeah,
I
I
link
know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
yeah, he's
I was
ridiculous.
watching his videos like the other day, bro, on YouTube. He's got some real
Yeah.
nice stuff on YouTube. Like,
Yeah, I followed him on YouTube, but I haven't gone
yeah,
through his music yet.
and fucking Mr. Fortitude, 42.
Who's that?
I'll be on the bass.
Oh yeah, he's cool as well. I've only
Yeah,
seen him a couple times.
yeah. And there's that Heresy kid. I hopefully
Heresy, he's
I
probably
fucking
the
respect that kid. I respect him
yeah
so much,
man.
but I don't know how I
Like
keep pulling him,
off
kid.
top, he's probably like the best that I've seen.
Yeah, the most talented person I met there for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last, that like 2 tunes ago that I chucked up on my SoundCloud. I'm gonna get it. He said he was gonna do a beat for that for me. I'm gonna redo
Okay.
the fucking tune because
Okay.
I reckon
Cool.
it didn't come out quite as well as I wanted it to.
Mm-mm.
Like it was there, but it wasn't. It wasn't all like there, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm gonna link your
I reckon.
SoundCloud on the description as well.
Bless.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, man, throw some. I want you to just throw more music on it.
Yeah, bro. Well, I'm trying to build up like a few tunes all at once, and then like just dump them. So I reckon
Mm-mm-mm.
that's a better way to do it. Than to be like, hey, I have one tune, and then like a month later, be like, hey, I have one tune. Just trying to get like 3 or 4 together, like by the end of this like
Bro,
next
that's
few
been
days.
me for like the last 3 years, bro.
Mhm.
One song like
Same.
every 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to get some stuff on
Always
Spotify
improving it.
soon.
Always improving it, but like yeah, videos is the next step, I reckon, for me as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's from proper
Bro, I didn't know you. Wait, how old are you?
20G.
How'd you get a diploma already? Like, how
Because I
long
got
was
kicked
you?
out of school a year early.
Oh, but you still got the diploma.
Yeah.
Oh, how does that work? You did it from home?
Because I was meant to leave when I was 18. I got kicked out when I was 17. And then, 19. And then I left when I was 19, like just once I finished my diploma, just before I turned 20.
Okay, so maybe it works
My
different
birthday's
in
in
New
December.
Zealand.
Eh?
Maybe it works different in New Zealand because here.
It was 2 years. It was 2 years for the diploma.
Oh, 2 years. Okay, okay, okay.
No, it's not a degree.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
difference. My bad.
yeah, yeah. Nah, fuck, man. If I had a degree, I still wouldn't be sorted, bro. Because that's the thing. I did that, and I was like, hey, this whole industry is bullshit. Like, I do not want to be a part of this.
The film industry, yeah, I
It's crazy
mean,
that I'd rather be a part of like the
the
music
music
industry as
industry,
well.
right? Because
That's bullshit as well.
that's built, yeah,
But it's less bullshit
exactly.
than the film industry, for real.
But I imagine the
Like,
film I don't know much about the film industry, but I know kind of a little. As I know what I know, and
yeah, no, but
you
yeah,
can't be someone who's like cognizant in the film. I feel
yeah,
like
man.
you have to like drug yourself up to just function in the film industry to a
Mm-hmm.
certain extent.
You just fucking cope with
Mm,
it.
so
Yeah, man.
much.
Film industry ain't a winner, bro. Not something
And,
I want to do.
and one thing I was talking to my brother about
Yeah.
the other day, there used to be actors. There used to be like this thing where like there'd be an actor who would like kind of just play like the same role in every film that they were in. But
What, like Adam Sandler?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like Adam Sandler is just Adam Sandler, but like I meant it in the sense
Sorry.
of like
Like the villain
like
or whatever, right?
no, not just the villain, but
Huh?
they would have like an archetype that they created. Like
Shit.
they kind of like not only they play this
Okay.
role, but they are actually the person who's like the one that created it as well.
I
My examples
I get.
Pam Grier. Like I've been watching Pam Grier
Oh
movies.
shit!
Yeah, I've been watching Pam Grier movies recently.
She was in fuck no, don't worry, sorry.
Now I was hoping
Community
you.
maybe.
Nah, she went in. That's Pam. Wait.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't know, bro. Pam Grier, fucking some TV show. Parks
nah,
and Rec, maybe.
I don't know about that, but I've seen Parks and Rec, but who's
I
in
don't know,
Parks?
man.
But
Maybe
yeah,
that's Dan Grier, Dan Gore. Maybe that's Dan Gore, who's one of the producers. Maybe I'm just getting mixed up. Hey.
but yeah,
Nah, Pam Grier. I guess I ain't seen any of her movies, man.
she's kind of the
What'd you do?
like those 70s black, that 70s like Afro chick who like has the gun and she's like freeze sucker, like
Oh
that
right.
kind of archetype.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, I got
like
you.
yeah, like
She's
I was
okay. Yeah.
she is that archetype. Like I thought that was an
Yeah.
archetype like based on a bunch of different characters, but it's actually based on just her.
Just her.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Fair.
And I was talking
Respect.
to my
Yeah.
brother about it, and he was like, "Yeah, that was a thing. Like back in the day, like there'd be an actor who kind of created a whole genre almost.
Persona.
Yeah, they had like
Shit.
their
All right.
own thing that, and she usually
All right.
plays like she usually is like
She in that Tarantino?
hmm?
Was she in that Tarantino movie?
Yeah, she was. That's
Jackie
what I was
Brown.
thinking you were gonna
Jack,
mention, Jackie Brown.
Jackie
Yes,
Brown. Yeah. Okay. I
but
can
that
see.
was
I know. Yeah. I seen.
but in that movie she's kind of
Yeah.
older because obviously most of her movies were in the
All right.
70s.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, Jackie
Yeah. I ain't
Brown's
seen any
kind
of
of
those.
almost like a tribute to to her older movies.
Shit. All
Yeah,
right.
but yeah,
Oh, I definitely got to check the other.
I found that really interesting because it's
Yeah.
very different to like the film industry now. Like you don't really have
Yeah,
that
man.
as much.
Absolutely. I mean, the film industry now is about fucking squeezing as much. I mean, it's always been about squeezing as much money out of you as possible. But like, I guess now more than ever, eh?
Mm.
Like, I don't know, man. And it's all this like Netflix and streaming stuff that's happening now. That's it's pretty interesting, man.
Mm.
Making making like cheap movies and shit just to like squeeze dollars out. Yeah, it's weird, man. All the fucking cinemas in my town are like pretty much going bankrupt. I reckon. I don't think they're gonna last more than a year. I reckon we're
Okay.
pretty much about to see the end of the cinema, man. Like
Yeah.
as we know it,
I
the
couldn't.
modern.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely, I can see how streaming would. But what? I don't know. I feel like going because people aren't really creative when it comes to like what they're gonna do when they go out. So it's usually like we're gonna go cinema.
yeah.
There's not that much else people think to do. So until like there becomes like a staple thing that people definitely do when they go out.
So I'm gonna watch Netflix.
But no, I mean when they want to go outside though, because
Yeah,
people
no.
are
Sorry,
eventually
I'm just gonna fuck it.
they're they're eventually gonna want to go outside.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Yeah, that's true. I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm not. Usually, you just go out, just go to the pub or whatever.
Mm,
Like, I don't know. People rather go to the cinema than the pub. Is that a thing?
I don't know if I want to go. I don't really go to the pub, but when am I drinking? If I'm drinking, I usually
When
just
you're with
buy.
us,
Yeah,
when you're with the
yeah,
boys.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Like if I'm drinking, I buy a
for
bottle and I'm gonna just have the bottle. Like I'm not gonna pay
real.
but like I understand the pub thing is
Exactly.
like that's the thing as well.
Yeah. Fuck man. Yeah. Pubs. Yeah, they're pretty exciting. I guess when it first becomes a thing. I remember when I was 16, I went over to fucking Germany like to go skiing, and because they sponsored me to ski, and I fucking arrived over there, and the drinking age there was 16, and it just blew my mind.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, that must have been
Yeah, man.
crazy, bro.
going to the pub then was, man, just being able to go and walk into a pub full of like fucking rowdy adults and just be like, hey, can I have some fucking big old steins of beer? And no one bets an eye. It's, oh, dude, it's beautiful, bro.
You know what? I never
Yeah,
really like. I
everybody's got
didn't.
some shit back.
I didn't really start drinking until like I was like 22.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn. I
I like
so
I
yeah, I always yeah. Sorry.
no, I drank before, but
Yeah,
they were always negative experiences. So
I
it was never like
put you off
a, yeah, it kind of put me off it.
it.
I only really
Damn.
started drinking when I started like drinking, but like at home and
Oh shit.
at my
Yeah.
own pace, like without like that's when I got to like
Yeah.
realize like what I actually like drinking, like what I
Yeah.
enjoy.
Exactly. Without like forcing yourself to drink shit you don't want to drink.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, man. I feel you there. But yeah. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I've always had that like tendency to gravitate towards the things that I'm not allowed.
Yeah,
So,
naturally, yeah.
especially when it comes to like, I guess drugs, drinking, whatever. If someone tells me not to do something, my first instinct, and this isn't a good thing, I'm not boasting about it or anything, but my first instinct has always been to like just tell them to go fuck themselves. Sometimes that serves me really well. Sometimes, no, absolutely not. But yeah, yeah, I've definitely been learning to harness that power for the better. But holy shit, man! For a long time, with like drinking and stuff, it was like, yeah, fuck you. You tell me I can't drink, I'm gonna do this. Like,
Wait,
see,
what's the
I'm
drinking age in New Zealand?
18, bro.
Oh, okay.
But like, shit, I was drinking when I was like 13.
Oh shit. Oh, so
Like
you
I
come
said,
from
not
like a
boasting.
drinking like kind of family type thing?
Nah, bro, my dad doesn't even touch coffee. Like my family, my mom doesn't drink. She drinks like twice a year, maybe.
Oh, so
Like my
where
parents,
did the
I have no idea, bro. I've always just had this fascination with like the things that weren't allowed, the more like the shit that society looks down on, I guess. I've
mm,
always had a fucking fascination, like movies or whatever. Like if, when I was a kid and I was reading books, I'd always be like, hey, but it would be kind of cool if the bad guy won, you know? Like if the bad dude got away with it, I'd fuck with it, you know? Like of course they never did, but like that's sort of like as a child, that's always been like how I've thought about the world, and I'm like, yeah, well, you know, bad shit isn't always bad. And I guess like I don't know,
yeah, depends how
maybe
you
I just
look
like
at
being
it.
a cunt too much.
Nah, I mean, I see what you mean. So
But yeah, I don't know.
you're just like naturally rebellious, I guess.
I guess yeah, but like it's not something I'm like boasting about. Like it's not something I do take I do genuinely see it as like a bad thing now. Like when I was a kid, I didn't give a fuck, obviously, because I was a kid. But now I'm starting to be like, hey, this is something that should probably be like kept in check.
Mm.
Stop being a fuckwit, eh? But
I
yeah,
mean,
Elliot,
you could also like explore like I don't know if you want to do that on this podcast, but you could if you want to. But you could also explore like because usually when you'd rebel against authority, it's because you maybe deem the authority as like not worthy of having authority over you in some way.
absolutely. That's a lot of what it was as a kid, and especially in like schools and stuff. It was and still now, honestly, if somebody doesn't show me a baseline level of respect, like I come into every fucking interaction treating everybody the same. I come into every relationship with everybody with the same baseline level of respect, no matter who they are, what they look like, you know, whatever. But there are some people who don't give me that same baseline level of respect back, and that's when I start to lose respect for people. So I think a lot of that was as a child as well, was me not respecting the people who were just demanding respect without giving me reason to respect them.
Mm-mm.
Which, you know, arrogant, but what am I gonna do? Like that's just how I saw the world, you know. That's in the
Yeah,
past now. But yeah, I just recognize it and try to move on. I guess.
nice.
Nice. I don't know, man. Life's a weird one, eh? And I don't know, man. I've always seen the world, I guess, in a weird way. Like I've always been the outsider, you know. Always moved
as
around, never
as
had
as
many
uh
friends.
as illustrated by your golden dreadlocks.
Yeah,
It's like the
society don't give much of a fuck about me. It's
mm,
good though. It's good. I'm rocking
yeah,
it.
they will soon, man.
Hey,
Get the
bless brother. You know it, G. About us, G.
get them
That's what it's about, man.
Spotify plays.
The community, bro. Yeah, that's what I want to do for real. Like at the end of all this music, man, I just want to have a community and a group of people who we can all just look after each other and I want to, you know, if I can't, like, obviously I personally want to spread positivity, but I also more than that want to inspire other people to do that sort of shit. Like, I don't know, too many negative motherfuckers,
Mm-mm.
but me too. I have negative as well.
The rap John Lennon.
Nah, just fucking
You
bro.
don't like that. You don't like that title, innit?
Big dreams, man. Nah, I'm alright with that one. Hey, I'll pass that. Appreciate it, bro, but I'll.
I remember I called you that when I first met you, bro. This nigga's a rap John Lennon. But nah,
Shit.
yeah, we can retire that one. Um,
Well, fuck, man. We've known each other for a wee while now, eh?
I don't know, 2 months.
Shit. Yeah.
What's it been now? Like, when did I even
It
meet you?
feels like
February?
fucking like ages. It feels like it's been years
Yeah,
almost.
bro. Trust me, this year's been long,
It
bro.
is. It's been a fucking. It's been a pleasure. Like, it's
Definitely,
brilliant. I
man.
can't wait to get back to London. Like for real. Like you're
Yeah,
one of the
man.
main reasons I'm
We
trying
need
to
to
get
get
back.
back to work, bro.
Music,
Like
man.
this
Oh,
has just
for
been
real.
a fucking
That's
a
what I'm trying to do over there.
weird detour. This shit still
Yeah,
feels
man.
like a dream
Exactly.
to me.
Fucking little road bump, man.
Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real, bro. It feels like a little fucking like a little pocket timeline. Like we're not on the
Yes,
same timeline as before.
it's like an
I feel
intermission.
like
It's like
everything's
a
gonna loop back in a couple of weeks, and we're just gonna be like, "Oh fuck, wait, what just happened?"
yo.
It's like January
Remember when
again.
there was a plague? Remember when there was a plague and
Yeah,
everyone had
exactly.
to stay in their houses and shit, and you had to
Yeah,
leave the
everyone's gonna be like,
country?
"Oh, that was."
Bro,
Yeah,
fuck that shit, man.
yeah, but it doesn't feel real, man.
It
Like
doesn't.
I will fully agree with you on that one.
But
Yeah.
how's getting the big muscles going, man?
I mean,
Still doing
I'm
your
exercising,
push ups?
bro. I'm eating. I'm eating and exercising. I don't know, man. I'm a lanky cunt by nature. So
Mm.
like even if I'm putting on muscle, it's not like particularly visible. And to be fair, man, I was fucking scrawny. Like when I left New Zealand, like I couldn't even do one pull up.
Mm.
Like I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I was fucking useless. So like I'm getting there though. I'm getting a lot better. Like and it's good to see that progress as well. Like for the first few days, it's absolute dog shit, and you're like, "Fuck this! Why am I putting myself through this?" And then you start to get a bit better and a bit better, and you're like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is why I'm doing it." Like, yeah, I don't know.
Definitely.
It's a good
Something to
like
be proud, man.
personal challenge. That's all I'm trying to do, man. Just trying to make some proud, bro.
Bro, I find our age difference is weird, bro. Not weird. It's weird when you think about it. Like
Really fucking is that?
you're 20, I'm 24, and Son's 28. That's
And that's
wild.
4 years gap.
4 years between us.
It's like my family, bro.
Wait.
Oh, my family breeds it.
What about
Sparrow.
Sparrow? Yeah.
He's 19, 20, I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
21.
he's the youngest.
Fuck knows. He's my twin brother, G. He's my twin.
Yes,
No, that's
Sparrow's
weird. That's weird. I'm gonna start doing that shit.
yeah, that
We don't
twinning
need to
shit.
start assigning ourselves to families.
Twinning.
Oh god, I hate myself. Oh man.
Well, yeah, Sparrow is probably the most like mysterious of us.
Yeah, bro, he's an enigma. He's fucking he's interesting, man. Like he's a fucking it's funny like calling him and seeing him at home and being like, oh shit, this is what it's about.
Mm.
Yeah, it's be It'll be good to hear more of his music.
Yeah, he doesn't have any on the internet, right?
He has like one verse of a rap song that he did, "The Last of Us." I don't know if I sent you that. But that is
No.
a fucking like he did the second verse of that, and holy shit! Like the first time I heard that, I was like, all right, we're gonna do some shit with you, but like we're gonna do some work.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
No, I remember hearing him as well. Like it's it's cool listening to people rap in other languages because like it
fuck
makes it forces you to listen to it in a different way.
yeah, yeah.
Like you have to
Have
listen
you?
to.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Nah, I was gonna. Okay, first thing I was gonna say is, have you listened to the new UFD album, the
No,
French guy?
no.
Nah, all right, I'm gonna send you that. Remind me, because
Yeah, dude.
that's if you want foreign rap, like he's French, like pretty hard trap, but like still melodic. Like it's pretty. It's a good indication of whether like new French rap scene is gonna be like heading. I reckon.
Okay.
Like it's interesting, man. It's real cool. And that's the other thing I was gonna say is when it's music in other languages. That's why I like it so much as well. It's like the language becomes another instrument, right? Like it's like it all blends together. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and
Like you
even
don't
even
need
the
to
way even
sometimes
the
you
way
just
like it flows together and the pockets they fall
yeah,
into is completely different.
absolutely. Yeah, and like the flows and the way like they use the words.
Mm,
Yeah, man.
yeah. So.
No, I love rap in a language that I can't understand.
Mm.
It's, yeah,
So
just to understand it though.
what are we gonna get
Sorry, I'm
into,
just
man?
plugging away real quick. Hey?
What are we gonna get in? You already told them. You already told them your story of from the womb to the now. Um,
Ooh, what's up, Coca?
were
Sorry.
you smoking the bomb?
Yeah.
Oh man,
How you doing?
gels.
A little bit of chalk, brother. Yeah. Keeping me
Gel,
alive, man.
man.
I've been fucking running on weed, Adderall, and coffee. It's been keeping me going, man. It's been an
Hell yeah.
interesting 2 weeks. We're getting shit done though, man. Going a little bit nuts, but you know, it'll be over soon. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right, a little madness is healthy, man.
Oh, exactly, brother. That's the
Yeah.
way I see it. Like,
We're definitely
yeah.
gonna look back at this as this intermission as a blessing.
Mm.
I mean,
A space to even like recharge and then come back at it with full force.
exactly.
That's what I was saying. Like, you come back, we're gonna fucking kill it. Like, that's all we gotta do. Just gotta get ready to fucking kill it. What is it? What's that fucking cliche? Success is opportunity meets preparation or whatever.
Preparation.
Like this is the fucking preparation.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta get back and find our fucking opportunity. Right?
We've been given the opportunity to just sit and prepare and just meditate.
Exactly, bro. The universe telling us to get our shit together.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we cannot fucking There's no ignoring that, man.
Mm.
Yeah. And then
So
come back to London.
tell me
find
tell
that
me
opportunity.
about
Yeah.
tell me about not necessarily uh a complete goal, but tell me about some of the things that you're really looking forward to achieving specifically with your music career, like just some of the experiences you're excited to have and
Man, when I get to that stage, this is the big goal for me is when I can get to that stage where I have a group of musicians from like all over Europe, and we can get like who are all kind of focused towards that same goal of like putting together a mixtape and forming some sort of collective in order to like spread ourselves across Europe. That's kind of finding those people. That's like the first big goal, and like finding the people I can be creative with, like because that's what I want to do. Right at the end of it is form this collective. This big fucking pipe dream that I got is forming a collective of rappers from all across Europe, all rapping in different languages, but on the same sort of energy, making the same sort of music, just with different languages and having it all mixed together and come together in a way that, like, I guess hasn't been seen before a lot. So when I can get the people, once I found those people, then I'm there, you know.
Okay.
That's the goal.
I
No, that's
was
the thing. Like,
I wasn't even expecting that, to be honest.
yeah, for real.
Yeah,
No, man.
that's
And then once we have that, we can work on building like a community, I guess, community of musicians and artists from everywhere in Europe, where people can come and just like make music and not have to, like, you know, worry about what it sounds like or where they come from or whatever. I don't know.
mm. Oh, so
Yeah, I just want to create
you wanna create like a, a physical space.
I guess that's kind of how it came out, but like, I guess at the start, I just wanted to be a space, like, I guess on the internet or whatever, and then maybe eventually, yeah, it can grow into something physical. But I want to, yeah, just to be like just like a community where people can come from all across the world and connect through the music. I don't know. It's like even just like a YouTube channel where we put a bunch of different musicians from different languages together, and we will have them like making music for the one YouTube channel and doing like ciphers together, and like, yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
yeah.
So,
That's what I think, man. I like.
mm,
What about yourself, man? What's your like one of your big goals? Like, when will you be able to
um,
sit back and be like, yeah, okay,
I mean, it's not even okay. It's not it. One of my goals is to release this next project, this Sunday project, um, to my satisfaction. That would be. I can't wait for that. And then I have another
yeah,
project because this Sunday project, it started off as a mixtape that was actually called For the Children.
all right,
Um, and then I had all these. I recorded these two songs that I've actually uploaded already, and I had an idea for artwork, um, and Sunday kind of was forming around that artwork and kind of around those two songs.
all right,
So
sure,
yeah, and then Sunday's kind of grown bigger than that actual mixtape. So now everything that was going to be on that mixtape is now just going to be on Sunday, and
yeah,
so that's ended up becoming. But really, before that, there was an album that I'd been putting together from around 2016 to 2018, and a bit of 2019, and that's one I'm really excited for as well. But all of those songs are
yeah,
pretty much like already conceptualized. So yeah, I can't wait for it when
interesting.
both of those albums come out. I see them as
Yeah,
those albums can do anything. Like I don't really have a limit as far as where they can go.
yeah,
Like, but beyond the second album, after that, I just want to. I'm looking forward to touring. Looking forward to
yeah,
touring. Looking forward to um, opportunities to make more money. Like doing. I had a dream recently about having a Adidas sponsorship, things like that.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what else am I looking forward
I feel
to?
you.
Yeah, just making the best music I can
Absolutely, bro.
and being
Sharing that
able,
with people as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
performing it and
absolutely, man.
investing my money in
Yeah,
other things.
yeah.
Mm.
That's what I want to. Yeah, I want to start putting some good energy into those, like, because I don't know, my music tends to be kind of negative, but I want to try and put good energy behind that, which is like a bit of an oxymoron. But like, I want to get a bunch of people together and like turn that negative into like a positive energy and a positive force. People to
Mm.
like get down to and like just mosh out to, and not give a fuck to, you know.
Yeah, and that's alchemy, bro. That's like transmutation. Like you're taking the negative energy and creating a bunch of
Yeah,
raging energy that,
positive experiences. Yeah,
yeah, positive experiences, money, whatever, like
yeah,
love.
exactly, bro.
Mm,
Ah, always, bro. Yeah, man. But yeah,
yeah,
music,
that's music. And
music.
as far as like, do you have a lot? I remember you mentioning as well. You have concepts for music videos as well. And now that you
Yeah,
mentioned
I
you,
like I like filming a lot of that stuff. But that's I have been way too poor to afford a camera for the past like 4 years. So
mm,
when I got out of that fucking diploma, I wasn't allowed to use any of their equipment anymore. That
oh
kind of took
yeah,
most of the way. So yeah, so like here and there, I've been able to borrow cameras and do stuff, but nothing's really come together, which has been a problem. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy planning things, even even though like they don't usually come to fruition. And
yeah. I
like
mean,
even then, if I get the opportunity to have them, then turn into something real, then I've got those plans there anyway. So
mhm.
that's it. At least it's positive in that way.
And to be honest, it seems like things never go to plan anyway. So it's almost like plans are
Yeah.
just there for a blueprint. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Almost there just to make you feel safe. Eh? Like,
mm.
I'm alright. I got something sorted at least. Like, yeah,
But yeah. One of the things as well is putting our money together as well
yeah,
to
man,
get
that was a
things
good
done
idea.
quicker. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
we'll get
We
back
can
to that
start
one.
ourselves.
Like to be
I mean,
honest, if
I can be doing that now. Like,
yeah,
I got
I was
fucking
gonna say
I got nothing to do.
we can start doing that now because I'm
Yeah.
working at my mom's place. So
Oh, I'm gonna
um
start working out in the orchards. I reckon.
okay. And do you think
Yeah.
Sant got a way of making money?
Fuck knows. Maybe you can do like porn or something.
Oh man, I'd hope not. Unless he really wants to.
It's him and a bird there. Get on some fucking what is it, life shit. Easy.
Like, mm,
There you go, son. Bit of cash. That would be a
only
fucking story, though. Like, how did you
uh,
fund your fucking rap career? Oh, I just made porn.
just made porn,
Yeah,
yeah, and you can still watch it, and it wouldn't even be like a scandalous sex tape. It's like nice.
it's just because it's a rapper, bro. Like, who gives like? Why would he give a fuck?
Yeah, man.
uh, nah, I don't know, bro.
We'll ask him. We'll ask him after
Kim
the chat.
Kardashian. Yeah.
Mm.
Alright. I'll pass that one by him, man.
Uh, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
should be
I
alright.
could text it in the group chat right now. To be honest.
Get some fucking live updates on his reaction.
Yeah. Nah, he's probably sleeping by now.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember when he called me, bro. I was feeling bad when he left, and he was like, he called me, and cause I didn't know if he had a plan. Like, I didn't know what he was gonna do when he gets back to Paris.
Oh shit, yeah.
Man
Yeah,
was
bro.
telling me, yeah, man, I'm out in the mountains. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're like, how the fuck you get out there, son? What the fuck you doing in the mountains?
He was like, yeah, man. He's like, yeah, I got this girl, man.
You lost.
She, my girl took me in. She stays in some big house in the mountains. I'm
Oh,
like, oh, okay, you're straight.
bro.
Nigga.
Yeah, man. Like he had that sorted, bro. Literally
Yeah,
met some chick like playing Overwatch or whatever, playing
that's how we met her.
online. Yeah,
Oh
yeah, bro.
wow! I was thinking that was like
Yeah,
his.
bro.
I was thinking that was like his old lady from back in the day or something
Bro, he was just chatting with her.
on
He was like, I got
Overwatch.
nowhere to stay in London. She's like, oh, come stay with me in France. And he's like, yeah, fuck it, why not?
That is crazy.
So yeah,
Wow!
bro.
What a fucking
He's
legend,
just
bro.
us, bro.
That.
Hey man, I'm scared to go out with Sant, bro.
Mm,
Because I'll be chatting to a bird, then Sant will come start chatting to me, and then
yeah.
she'll ignore me like that, bro.
Yeah.
Sant's dangerous, G.
Nah, man. Yeah,
I'm joking. I fucking love him, bro. My best
he's
nights I've
just.
ever had out have been with him, hands down.
I still haven't. I was.
Huh?
I remember the only one time I went out with you guys was when we
Flip the coin.
Yeah, when we flipped the
You
coin,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get in.
Nah, I didn't get into the
That was
club because I
fuck, man.
didn't.
And then Son ended up in a fight and getting kicked out as well.
Mm, I mean, we bumped into
Oh man.
that guy that was talking about, what was he
Yeah.
talking about again? The fluidity of language.
Oh, bro, it was weird. He's like, I can tell you don't like me or some shit, but just let me explain myself. Like, I'm fine, blah 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 blah. And I was just sitting there like, what are you on about, G? If you're gonna start randomly defending yourself to some strangers in the street, then I feel like you probably got something to like feel bad about. But yeah, he was on one, and Son was just like, nah, fuck this, I want to leave. Like, he
Yeah.
didn't even engage, did he?
Nah,
Yeah.
he had no patience for it.
That was a weird night, man.
It
That was
was,
a
man.
fucking weird night.
That night was weird from beginning to end. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like
I've had some
even when
crazy nights today.
we were at the train station, not the train station. Yeah, we were
Oh, bro,
inside.
jumping, yeah, when we stood in the gates, and then the fucking
Yeah.
police when we got off, and like the guys in the hivers. Yeah,
And
man.
there was just some, bro. We were in the elevator, and we
Yeah, that's
get
right.
out the elevator, and you look to the right, and there's just a guy standing
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
like.
like
And
right in the fucking highway, bro.
I've been to so many
What's
train
up?
stations, and I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, it was weird, man. Yeah, bro, that was a weird fucking night.
Mm.
I've had some weird fucking nights with Song, but I've had some brilliant nights as well. Like, yeah, that's the thing. It's London, isn't it? Like, you get some weird fucking nights in London, and like, no matter what, no matter who you're with.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's a good fucking time, bro. I miss it
Yeah.
over there. Definitely. We have no
Bro,
clubs here, bro.
hopefully you're coming back summertime as well. Like,
Oh yeah,
by
please,
summer.
brother. I will be so happy if I get to come back in the summer, man. Like, if I miss fucking, if I go from British winter to Kiwi winter to British winter, I am gonna fucking, bro.
Wait, is it winter time right now?
I'm gonna take a concrete nosedive, G. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, bro. Like, it's. I mean, like, here's the thing, right? New Zealand, when it gets cold, it doesn't really get too cold. Like, it's not bad. London, when it gets cold, gets fucking freezing. But at least New Zealand's still a bit like okay. So I'm not too worried about it. But it is still gonna rain and be shit. I'm gonna have to stay inside. But yeah, see what happens. Hopefully it gets a bit warmer because global warming and all that shit.
Yeah, bro. Apart people are saying global warming's gonna kill some people off, man.
Oh, bro, for real. I mean, the sea level is rising, G. They got, what is it, like Denmark or something in Europe is actually below the sea level. So like, the more the sea level rises, the more the whole country is in danger of flooding.
But surely they'll have does it happen gradually, or does it just is
Sea
there like a
level's rising,
tsunami?
yeah. No, I think it's just gradually as the fucking polar ice caps like melt into the sea. So they're breaking off in like massive times.
So it's not like they're gonna die; they're just gonna like have to move and shit.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people, though.
Yeah, true.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see what happens, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking interesting future for the whole planet. I mean, bro, even fucking New Zealand's like built right on a fault line. We had an earthquake here yesterday, G. I was lying in bed and I just felt the house shaking, and I was like, oh yeah, this happens here, doesn't it? Fuck.
That's a cool way. That's a cool way to wake up. Like, oh yeah, I'm in New Zealand.
Yeah, earthquake, shit. Yeah, it was, and it happens more like pretty fucking often as well. So like, yeah, no one's safe, eh?
Yeah, man.
That's the thing, bro. Like, that's been my whole philosophy for a while now. Is like, yeah, sure, we could all fucking die tomorrow, but like that's just more of a reason to give less of a fuck about like anything that could hold us back today,
Yeah.
Like, just do what you're gonna do and make sure that you fucking, if you go out on a fucking high note. Like, yeah, I don't know.
No,
The whole
yeah,
thing,
that's what's that shit? Nietzsche,
okay.
what's Nietzsche's
From Flatbush,
philosophy?
Who's that? Nietzsche,
the philosopher.
Nietzsche.
Frederick Nietzsche.
Nietzsche, yeah.
What's his shit again?
Like, not
Existentialism. Yeah, existentialism. Is it called existentialism?
I don't know, bro. It's just like, yeah, we're so small and unimportant. Who
That's
gives a
true.
fuck, right?
Like
It's like none of us matter.
some
Something we do
people,
matters, so I give a fuck about what we do.
yeah, and it's like it depends how you see it. If you have a
Yeah,
positive,
absolutely.
if you can see it as like nothing matters, and that's really like depressing, or you can see it as nothing matters, and that's pretty liberating.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like everything in this world, right? There's the light and the fucking dark.
Mm,
There's more you can take. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things in this world you can harness in that way.
mm-hmm. Just
Yeah,
about perspective, choice.
absolutely, bro. Yeah, and how you go into dealing with your challenges. Like, because I mean, if you're gonna like, if something bad happens to you and then you start trying to deal with it, going, "Oh, this is fucking terrible," blah, 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 then obviously you're not going to deal with it as well, right?
Mm,
But like, if you're going into it being like, "Hey, this is fuck it, it happens. You just got to deal with it," then you're probably going to have a much better time dealing with it. It's going to cause less problems for you in the future.
yeah.
I don't know. It's a general rule.
And something I was realizing, I don't know if I was realizing it or if it was just I don't know if that's the right word, but because like you have those kind of and we were talking about this with Louis V on the first episode, where it's like there's different aspects to your personality. Some are empowering to you and some are detrimental to you. And
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
so I was thinking last night about like self-defeating thoughts or thoughts
Yeah,
like a negative nature, right?
yeah,
No matter it seems to me like no matter how much work I do to empower myself mentally and to develop a certain level of self-love, the thoughts are still able to come. and
absolutely.
and like
Yeah,
that would frustrate me because it was like, what, so is there no escape? Is it hopeless? But I was because it's so strange. Like, I'm observing my thoughts, right? And I'm observing
yeah.
like, this is a thought I don't want to have and I don't need to have, and I don't even believe it. Like, I choose not to believe it, but I still have it, and when I
Mm,
have it, it feels
mm,
real. So
mm.
a new approach that I kind of suggested to myself was like, let the thought come and then just let it go. Like, you don't even have to
Yeah,
engage it. You don't even have to engage it in a way of like attacking it. Like, no, that's not true. I am a, whatever you're trying to say to
mm,
yourself. It's like,
mm.
it's almost like an annoying person. Like,
Yeah,
an
exactly.
annoying person, like when someone's trying to annoy you and then you're like, yo, fuck you, or whatever, you're
Yeah,
giving them the energy that they actually kind of want, which is
exactly.
any
And you're
kind of
giving them the
energy.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But when you
exactly.
start
You're giving them
ignoring
that
them,
power.
when you
Yeah,
start ignoring them, the power kind of just disappears.
stop annoying you.
Mm.
Absolutely.
And another thing was laughter as well. Like, just
Yeah.
the idea of just laughing at it, like whatever thought it may be, that's like self-defeating, like laugh at it and almost embarrass the thought. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
fuck with that. Yeah, man.
Like, I don't
That's
know if you've
fucking bully
I
your
don't
thoughts into submission.
yeah, just bully the thought. Like, there's a I don't, have you seen the show, is it Big Head? Big Mouth
Nah,
on
not Big
Netflix.
Mouth. I think I've seen a
Yeah.
bit of it. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
first couple
car
episodes of the season.
there's a character on, and that show is very I mean, it's very dumb, like it's very silly,
Yeah.
but like it's actually very smart in the way it approaches certain concepts and like
All right.
ideas. But it has this
Yeah.
do you know the concept of this show?
It's just about like puberty, yeah, and like some kids in school growing up or whatever.
Yeah, and they have like these monsters
Yeah.
that are like
Yeah.
their imaginary like expressions
Yeah.
of their
Yeah.
libido and stuff like that.
They have a weird fucking coach with a big old pedo stash.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I know the one.
there's there's a there's a character in the show called there's a character that is a embodiment of shame,
Right.
right? And he works like the way he works is very much in the same way that shame actually works in real life, like the emotion of shame. Like he's like an imaginary friend who like
Yeah.
he comes into your life when you've done something that you should be ashamed of, and then and he keeps just like he has like this really like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons kind of like aesthetic to him, like creepy old man. Like he just creeps in your ear and he's just like, yeah, you did this thing. You should feel. He feeds off of shameful energy. He feeds off of the
Yeah.
energy of you being ashamed of yourself. And later on in the show, the way that they kind of kill that demon, I guess you could call him,
Yeah.
is by like the person I guess forgives themselves for whatever they did. I don't remember what the episode was about, but the person forgives themselves for whatever they did, and then they just kind of like start bullying shame. Like they start tripping him up and like making him feel ashamed of himself. They make shame feel
Yeah.
embarrassed and ashamed of himself, and then
Bless.
it
Yeah.
diffuses the energy. But
No, absolutely. It's good to call it out and like just ignore it and be like, yeah,
yeah, it's
no, absolutely, man.
that was just a
Have
new
that
approach.
self awareness to do it as well. Like,
Because yeah, that was a new approach I kind of developed for not developed but came up with, because one thing about like yeah, you need to have your mantras and be like, yeah, I am love, I am
yeah,
forgiveness, I am good, whatever the fuck you need to say to yourself. But those take a certain level of energy as well, and it reaches a point where you have to just know who you are, and you don't need to put energy into figuring out who you are. Like you just know. and
yeah,
and when it comes to any
just put
doubt,
your yeah,
yeah, you just let it go.
absolutely. Yeah, and you can put your energy then into like working on yourself as well.
Mhm.
It's always so once you know who you are and once you figure that out, you can focus your energy on like working on yourself and like owning that, you know.
Mhm.
But that's hard, man. Like, fuck, I don't know. I don't know who I am. I don't know if I'll ever know who I really am. Fucking yeah. I don't know. I guess that's the thing a lot of people struggle with there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think now is a very important time to. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's a very opportune time, and it's also a
Honestly,
very
so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's a very important time now, because right now it's a lot of mind games being played on the people. So
amen.
not that that hasn't always been the case, because just to be part of a society, there has to be a certain level of mind control. So there's always going to be mind games if you're even part of a society.
Yeah, I think it's people becoming more educated as well on the whole that are making them more aware of this and more aware of like the ways that they have been played,
Mm,
and like the evidence that people have been played makes them a lot a lot more distrustful as well,
hmm
which is good. But yeah, definitely growing up in an age where you don't know what's true and what isn't, like, can have an effect on you.
No, definitely, I'm aware, bro.
Yeah,
Like, shit, like,
mental.
I've,
Yeah,
it's weird, like waking up or being born or whatever the fuck, being born again is like, it's just another
everyone.
way. It's another way of saying you're dying, like, because you have to die to be
Yeah.
born. So,
Hey. I mean, we're fucking. Sleep is just temporary, Dad.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have some very insightful bars on that kind of thing as well.
Everyone.
Like diet that there's a bar you have that mentions dying 1,000 times, or we die every day. Sorry. Um,
Shit. I think I know exactly what you're talking about as well. Oh, my memory's shot right now. Let's have a gaze. I die every day, so fucking. I think I've written multiple bars about that. To be fair.
That's why it came to my mind. But yeah, you'll figure it out at some point. Right,
Maybe yeah.
man. I'm to be honest, another thing I'm looking forward to is
Yeah.
is kind of when it reaches a point where I'm like my name is called, because right now London and I guess UK as a general is London is in a place like where hip hop used to be in the 90s for America. Like London is experiencing
Yeah.
its like,
Renaissance. Yeah.
yeah, it's having a renaissance right now. Like some of the best music that's ever gonna come out of London is
Yeah.
coming out right now.
Yeah. No,
And
100%. You.
yeah, and one thing I'm looking forward to is just like sitting back and my name being amongst that, like just to be in the presence of that, I feel honored, you know what I'm saying? Because I obviously I
Absolutely.
do see myself as one of the great writers of this
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
and creators
Absolutely.
of this time. So I'm honored
Yeah.
to be part of this, man. Like it's amazing.
That fucking revolution, man.
Yeah.
Like, but no, it's good. I fucking. That's why I actually chose to come to London over like somewhere in America was
Mm,
because of the actual like movement that the scene over here is having,
mm-hmm,
and like yeah, because like America obviously has a real developed scene, but I'm not like I prefer the direction that the British scene's moving in, and like the sort of music that's being produced here. Like it's a
mm,
lot more. I feel like it's even though America obviously has amazing music, like you know, obviously it feels it's quite a lot more commercial. I don't know. Even the more successful music over in the UK feels to me more like authentic in a way, and more like they made it because they want to make it, not making it because they're playing the game and want to make the money or whatever.
mm.
But, obviously it's not. Rap is about making money, so like I'm just contradicting myself now. But like yeah, I don't know. I see the UK scene is a lot less cynical and a lot more fresh. That's what I'm trying to say there.
Yeah. But it's also gonna have the same it's gonna have the same obstacles that America had because it has the same challenges because it happens with everything. Every musical movement has the challenge of like commercialization, capitalism,
Yeah, I mean that's
real
already
versus fake.
happened to quite a large extent as well. Like within British music, right? There are
True, yes.
British musicians who have made like millions in commercial successes, but even then, like counts like Stormzy and stuff, like they still stay true to themselves. Like that's the thing.
Mm,
Like that's the problem I've had growing up listening to a lot of American artists is that I started listening to a lot of them, and then a lot of them kind of just like meandered off
mm.
and like lost themselves in the sauce, you know.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. I've seen it happen to a couple British artists, to be fair, but like I find even the real successful ones definitely stay a lot more true to themselves.
yeah. I
That's just
think
generally. I'm not saying all American artists are like that and all British artists are like that because definitely there are British artists who wandered off and gotten lost in the sauce as well, and there are American artists who are like crazy true to themselves. But
yeah.
generally speaking, yeah,
I think a big thing as well has been like the whole nature of shit's changed a lot. Like over the last, let's say, 10 years, we've had like the internet become a
mm.
kind of the king of everything as
Yeah,
far as like getting getting
getting shit out
the
there.
the music to the people. So whoever
Yeah,
can
it's so easy to pull
manipulate the
shit up just on
internet,
the internet.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
whoever can manipulate the
Yeah,
internet best kind of wins.
for sure.
And corporations aren't very good at using the internet because they're not they're not like intelligent. They're just
Yeah,
powerful.
that's
They
true.
just have a lot of money. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to the internet, it's all
Yeah.
about how you can creatively like put shit together.
Yeah. That's why you don't really see many old motherfuckers successful on the internet.
Exactly, because you can tell that their Twitter accounts are pretty much
Yeah.
bots and all that kind of
Like
shit.
who's like run by other people. Like, who's
Mm-hmm.
old and successful on the internet? Fucking Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, and that's because of memes.
Exactly. That's not.
That the
That's
only
just
way you
because
can
he's.
and the only way you can be successful on the internet if is like
Yeah.
memes pretty much.
Yeah. Exactly. You have to fucking ride the internet culture. You have to know. And
Hmm.
like, if you're
And
an outsider, the
that's why
internet will not accept.
That's why Drake's doing so well because Drake was the perfect like
Even Kanye.
uh
Sorry. Yeah. Even Kanye. That's what I just interjected there. My bad.
yeah, Drake and Kanye are similar in the sense that like they come from a certain era. Like Drake comes he even though he's like a lot of his popularity came from the last like 10 years or whatever, like he comes from
Yeah.
he still comes from that early 2000s era, like Lil Wayne and shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he still has that kind of musical sensibility, but
Yeah.
he he
Absolutely.
he knew how to stay young and like respect like youth
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah. And
shit like
he
that.
has a real incredible ability to adapt with like
Mm.
what's current and what's going
Yeah,
with his vibes.
he was very ahead of the curve when it came to like UK shit
Absolutely.
as well.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
No, who else? Who was the fucking who did I saw? ASAP Rocky, was it?
Yeah, ASAP Rocky,
Those
yeah.
guys have been real good on that as well.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, no, I like hearing that happen between like British and the UK. And like,
Hmm.
bro, even finding songs with like like some random like UK guy and like a fucking Spanish rapper. And I was like, oh shit, this is what I want to do. Like
Mm.
it's real interesting to see how other people have like blended the sounds together to form something cohesive.
Mm.
It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's all good shit to study. Yeah,
Yeah.
I find yeah, no, I find this whole like music thing real interesting. Like the way the scene's developing at the moment. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm interested to see where stuff goes.
Oh yeah. From yeah.
Like,
I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm I just yeah, just make music, bro. Just
not
make
for real,
music.
bro.
Like
Always, I'm trying to do.
cause what you've been showing me, like what you're trying to do, like the directions you're trying to go into musically, it makes sense. Like, cause you're from what I can tell of what you've been like showing me, you're trying to go in like a more of a dance kind of direction. But then like it's like dualistic. Like you have like the dance direction, club type shit, um, somewhat drum and bassy, and then you also have like the lyrical, like more grimy shit as well. So I just want to hear
That's the plan.
yeah, I just want to hear what that
Uh,
sounds like.
yeah,
Like, cause
I'm gonna try to do a bit of. Sorry.
sorry, one thing I really find like rewarding is something that I've been like cultivating over the last couple years without realizing is just like having a collective of musicians who are like a collective, and like
Yeah.
we have a kind of a musical um
Common
common,
goal,
yeah,
common ground.
commonality, yeah, a musical
Yeah,
commonality, but then
yeah.
as individuals, like we're also like
Have your own
accomplishing, we're
flavor.
on our own journey, yeah, we're accomplished,
Yeah,
so it really complements
absolutely.
really well. And
Yeah. That's why I want to do like international way. Like,
mm,
exactly.
I,
I feel
I
you, man.
I really love that, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I sent you I put it in the group chat, but that was while you were away.
That's all good, man. I'm a scroll through all that shit
Yeah,
like as soon as it's over, I reckon. Cause
yeah,
I got all day, bro. It's like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, man.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
we're chilling. Like
my my
nah,
my
trees.
my guy, my young cousin, he dropped I don't know, an album, and it's fucking amazing, bro. It's fucking sick, bro. It's kind of like got like it's got a bit of a punk rap,
Yeah.
alternative rock, kind of like garage rock. Um,
What's he called, man?
it's in the group chat. Louis Vidu. He's the
Oh, fuck
first.
yeah.
He's
All right. Oh, Louis
yeah,
Vuitton. All right. You did
yeah,
the yeah. Okay, I got you,
yeah. And
bro. I'm
bro,
done. All right.
it's
Yeah.
it's 5 tracks, and it's the album's like
I
4 minutes 23 seconds.
I
You know what I'm
I'm gonna check
saying?
that out.
It's
Okay.
fucking amazing.
I'm gonna check that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because I love
then
that whole like that grunge rap stuff. Like, I want to get into more of that over here in New Zealand. I reckon the
mm,
live instruments.
oh yeah, no, his was all produced on GarageBand though. He hasn't got live instruments
I
on it.
shit. Okay, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Louis Vuitton. Is that his name on SoundCloud as well? Is it on SoundCloud?
You know what, I'm gonna just link it to you now.
Yeah,
Now that we're
see, bro.
talking about it, because
Yeah.
I've
Thanks.
reposted it on my SoundCloud as well.
Oh, so all right. Now I'll find it then. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
SoundCloud open.
But
Shit,
yeah,
man.
man, it's sick.
Yeah.
Like I've
Oh,
got
yeah. I respect your opinion, G. I'm sure it will be.
mm, now not even just
But
that, but like just if it just feels good because everyone keeps me inspired, everyone keeps me
yeah,
motivated. Like
fair.
it never allows me to get like comfortable
Yeah,
because I want to keep up with
yeah.
my fellow artists.
Hey, man, bro. Yeah, you don't want to feel like you're lagging behind there. That's
Yeah.
why. That's why I find creating with other people so much better. Like, I don't know. I don't. It sounds bad, but like I ain't the sort of person to do a lot of shit for myself. But if I'm
Mhm.
around other people, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do shit for these guys at least. So
Yeah.
like, it definitely inspires me to do a lot more.
Mm.
Otherwise, I'm like by myself, and I'm like, I don't really. I don't know. It's not a big secret. I don't really give much of a fuck about myself. So like, it's a lot harder to get motivated when it's just like me alone.
I
So
mean,
yeah, that's why I always
how could
appreciate
you
having other people.
why would you say that you don't give much of a fuck about yourself?
Oh, bro, that's been the way for like a long time, bro. Like I'm trying to like sort my shit out, but at the end of the day, like yeah, I'm not too worried. Like I don't know. I don't see myself as like anything particularly important. I guess I don't know, man.
I would say that's not true though, because you are
I don't know,
yourself.
bro.
Like how can
I mean,
you
yeah,
you can't
like you
really
know, I guess it comes back to that whole existentialism thing. Yeah,
mm,
like in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, yeah, like it's not too much of a worry what I do because as long as I can like keep my own like personal goals like there and do what I want to do, then you know, yeah, I'm happy. I don't know.
okay.
Maybe
I
that's
mean
maybe I fucking
it depends what you mean when you say what you say. And it's like when you say you don't give a fuck about yourself, is that could be
yeah,
taken
it's not
as like
complete.
it could be taken as like a like you don't care about yourself like in a um what's the word neglectful sense,
Yeah,
in
that's
which
not it's not that.
it's more in the greater sense of like
Yeah, like when I'm outside looking in on myself, I'm like, eh, like as long as you're keeping yourself like happy and you're like you know it's like you're not important, so it's not really it doesn't matter what you do. So just do what you want to fucking achieve what you want to achieve
mm,
and let that be it, you know. That's kind of the whole view I have on it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty humble. I can get with that. Like, I don't mind the sound of that too much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to be neglectful of yourself in the sense of
No.
like you don't matter. Like, you matter as much as anyone else. Like, if I matter, then you matter. But if I don't
Absolutely,
matter,
bro. And that's
then is
illegal.
yeah. Because like
Like, if I give
the
a
way
fuck about people, I give a fuck about myself.
yeah, like if you care about other people, you should definitely care about yourself.
Yeah. No, 100%. Now, I look after myself in that sense, but like, I'm perfectly happy to fucking like lie in bed and just wait for some like bars to hit me, and
Mm,
just like wait for the universe to like catch up with me, like in that sort of sense. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, because the way I see like the existentialism thing, like I feel like
Mm,
that's mostly in reference to because what are they referring to, like because it's usually like like the world existed billions and billions of years before you, and
yeah,
the humans existence in the span of all of existence is like a grain of sand in the desert and all of that kind
exactly.
of shit. But
I mean, yeah,
that's in reference to time and
I mean,
space.
yeah, but like, here's the yeah.
But
This
if
is
you
the way I describe it. Sorry.
no, yeah, I'll just say like that's a reference
Yeah,
to time and space. But if you think of yourself, which is then just a reference to your physical body. But if you think of yourself as like more than that, then why would being a grain of sand be of any relevance?
yeah,
It doesn't matter that you're a grain
absolutely.
of sand because you're more than
Yeah.
the grain of sand. You have a
It's
whole
important to
other
recognize that your physical body and your mind and stuff, they're not the same thing. They're tied together,
hmm
but they're not.
they have
Yeah,
a relationship, a temporary
yeah,
relationship.
absolutely. But your consciousness and your yourself are separate.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I don't know. That's how I keep saying it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, but like the way I describe it, the best, right, is like uh how many like Egyptian kings do you know, right? Or like whatever they were called, pharaohs. How many Egyptian pharaohs can you name, right? And like how many? Like any? Maybe.
Or me
Uh,
personally,
yeah, yeah. Like, how many Egyptian pharaohs do you know? Like,
3, 4, maybe 5.
yeah, yeah. And how many were there? Like, so fucking many.
Mm.
And they were the most powerful people in their entire world at that time. And now, the majority of their statues have been worn away by sand, and their cities buried under sand. Like their
Mm.
entire civilizations in the Amazon rainforest that potentially could have existed and we had no idea about, they got completely wiped out. Like,
Mm.
so you know what what do I matter? That's like no matter how long you live and like or what you do, like time will fucking erase everything. But at the
Yeah,
end of the day, I don't see that as a reason to not try to do anything with the time that you do have, because I think that just makes it like somehow more valuable. Like,
yeah. That
because like
makes sense.
I don't know, maybe I see it like sort of a game. Like just do everything that you can with the a lot of time that you do have, and like just make got
For
to
sure.
recognize how precious that is.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. It's lit,
I
bro.
don't know, man.
It's
No,
lit,
for real,
bro.
man. Being alive
Like
is a fucking
where
trip.
it is, man. We're like
Like,
you know what I've been feeling? I had a thought the other day, right?
yeah, yeah.
I feel like planet Earth is like the ghetto of the universe.
Ah,
It's the ghetto of the universe. Like it's the most scummy, trashy place. You know what I'm saying? And
We're all
everybody's
living
trying
in
to
fucking mud.
yeah, everyone's trying to leave. No one respects it. Like what we pollute our planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No one's
we're
respecting it.
ruining it. Yeah,
We're all suffering, and
yeah, the
we all
planet's
want to
suffering.
leave. But bro,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the realest shit happens in the ghettos, bro. That's where
Fucking
everything
right,
comes
man.
from. That's where the music comes
Yeah,
from. That's where the dance comes from. That's where life like really is happening.
yeah. I think it's people in the areas with the most pain who have the most reason to escape it, right?
And the most
And
reason
art in the best way.
to like enjoy, like to
Yeah,
live, you develop a
yeah,
real appreciation of life.
yeah. And I feel like it's in a way it's religion, right? Like art and religion are hand in hand. Like and giving people something to like give give their lives meaning. Like at the end of the day, we're creatures that seek meaning, right? And we're human beings that all want to fulfill a purpose. And I think being creative, whether that's through dance or painting or music or whatever, or being religious, I think those are the two ways people have found that's like the best way to get that shit out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think yeah,
I don't
definitely
know.
make it.
I don't know if I would compare religion and art though, because I feel like
I don't
religion.
know if I'm making a direct comparison. I'm not saying they're like the
Oh no,
same
yeah,
thing.
no, not the same thing, but like, nah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
You know, you're right, you're right. Cause
understand.
I was that just triggered me.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, them being mentioned in the same breath as each other triggered me.
I'm good at doing that, bro. I'm really good at triggering people. I don't know what it is.
Bro.
Nah, but yeah, I don't know. I think that obviously they're not like the same thing. I'm not saying they
Uh,
are the same thing, but they're definitely in terms of because when you think about like I don't know. I guess I haven't had much experience with proper ghettos. I live in New Zealand. For fuck's sakes, we have 4 million people. Um, but like, I think in the when faced with like lower incomes and stuff, it's a lot easier to find an escape in that sort in like art or religion. That's basically what I'm.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, those are nah, yeah.
like throughout
In
times, but those two things have been like the most helpful things humanity has had to like explain away the world and like. I guess philosophy ties into that as well. I kind of see that all under the same sort of tree. But yeah, I don't know. I just see all of that as like connected.
yeah,
Because like what religion influences art, which
everything's
influences
everything.
religion.
You know what song's playing
Everything's
right now?
connected, bro.
Marvin
Oh,
Gaye,
dude.
Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross. You are everything and everything is you.
There we go, bro.
Yeah, I guess they're
Yeah.
tying it together for
Universe
us.
just backing me up there. Shit. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like music is actually more important than anything that's happening in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And I think throughout everything, music is one of the only ways we've ever had to like come together as a not even like a community, but like a planet.
mm,
Like I think music has that a very unique power in that way to bring people together. That's why I'm so interested in getting this musical like collective together. And that's why I'm always like that's why I always ask people like when I'm at the hostels and stuff. I'm like, oh bro, you make music? Like where are you from? What's up? I'm
mm,
always trying to find people like yeah, it's more artists. Yeah, but yeah. And again, religion I guess is like that but for smaller communities. So I guess music in that way is more global. Don't know why I keep going back to the religion thing. I guess I've had religion on my mind. Maybe I want to start my own religion. Maybe that's what's going on.
I wanted to do that at one point. Start
Yeah.
my own.
I like the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, man. That's
I've
my
heard
fucking
about that.
religion. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Well, that was more
I
like a
reckon,
social experiment, right?
Yeah, but they still have their own Bible and shit. Like they're an actual religion.
Yeah.
Like they recognize like America somewhere, I guess, in a few
Mm.
states. Some of the fucking wacky ones. Some wacky shit goes on in America though. Like,
Yeah, they got some
goddamn,
weird shit, bro. They got way
man.
too much time on their hands.
Straight up, dude. I love them, bro, but they gotta fucking sort their shit out. Like,
Yeah.
and we had a fucking Americans. I'll never forget this. Fucking American guests come to the hostel and ask like, "Oh, why do all you British people hate Americans?" And this British chick just turns around and goes, "Because you're all cunts." And I'm like, "Wow,
Oh
wow."
yeah, no, you know
All
what?
right.
British people have a very specific hate for Americans that I
Yeah,
can't I
it's
can't
weird.
really
I never realized.
yeah, I can't really relate to it. I don't really get what because
Yeah, me neither, man.
British people aren't like they are what like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
some Americans are lovely, some British people are lovely, some Americans are cunts, some British people are absolute cunts.
Yeah,
Just
and
how it
then
works.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Judging people from based on where they're from is just real harmful, I reckon. It's like,
Mm,
why are we making these teams? Like, why are we like, hey, you're from this place, so fuck you. I'm from this place, so yeah, go me. Like, just
yeah,
seems stupid to me, right? It's
different
like we
people
should,
have
yeah,
different levels of like investment in this kind of like
yeah,
global narrative. like
it's true.
like
I
America's
guess,
this, Britain's this, China's this.
yeah, that's true. A lot of stereotypes floating around.
Yeah,
And I
and
guess people
people
are still
like
avoid,
that. People enjoy
yeah,
like having those because it gives them like a
yeah,
way of seeing the world.
an identity, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. It'll come to me. Um, yeah, something about stereotypes. Never mind. Yeah.
Tell me about what you would
Yeah.
describe as like a spiritual experience that you've had.
Man. Huh. Like my okay. All right, here's a little story about the first time I did acid. How about that?
It's a good
So I was in
start.
New Zealand with my friends. Um, got some so I'd done like fake acid before. It's called 25i. It's like a synthetic. It tastes like dog shit. It tastes like battery acid, bro. It's whew, not a great time. Anyway, I go to
Wait,
get some acid.
what's fake acid though? Like, what's the purpose of it?
25 hours, 25 MBOMA. It basically does the same thing, but it's a bit more dangerous and you can OD on it like pretty easily. So like it's all good, but just don't fuck around with it and take too much and don't do too much of it like too often.
Mm,
Like that's been my philosophy with drugs. It's like nothing's inherently bad. There are no drugs that are inherently gonna like just kill you after taking one little bit. But you know, when you start to abuse the fuckers, that's when they start to abuse you. You know,
mm,
so just don't use drugs. You know, do drugs, sure. Just be sensible about it, you know. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? First time I did acid, definitely wasn't sensible about it. Hopped on my mate's little red scooter to go see my fucking dealer. Had some smoke some weed with him. Jump back on my scooter. As I'm driving back through town, I start like tripping absolute balls. Um, and I basically convinced myself that I was going crazy. And I just pulled down on the side of the road and I was like, right, cool. So I'm crazy. This is it. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna fucking love my life, and I'm gonna like that was it. And I just came to peace completely with like any possibility that I might just be like fucked. And I was like, you know what? Even if I am fucked, I'm still in this world. I'm still living this world. I'm gonna fucking own it, and I'm just gonna do whatever. And I'm just yeah. And from that day on, I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna I'm gonna love life. Um, yeah. And then yeah, I don't know, man. I had an interesting time with my mate who used to be very heavily religious. And then we took ecstasy together one night and sat on the roof of this police station for about 16 hours. We just talked about not just religion, but for quite a long while. And at the end of it, he was like, yeah, you know what? I don't reckon I believe in God anymore, eh? And it wasn't a personal revelation, but yeah, I don't know.
that's cool. I
That
mean,
was yeah, that was my best friend, just being like, Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
if he's your best friend, you probably had those
Yeah.
kind of conversations before then.
Oh no, absolutely. It wasn't just me like bringing him up and trying to like convince him that there was no God. It was just like we. It wasn't like yeah. It wasn't some like weird shit where I was like, hey, have this ecstasy. Now I'm going to convince you that your religion is fake. I'm not that. I'm fucked.
Yeah,
I'm not that fucked.
yeah,
Nah, we just had some like little personal revelations, and I was like, yeah, but like if there is, I'm not saying there isn't a God because I still don't believe that there isn't a God. Like I just don't believe that any one religion has an accurate representation of what God is, and I don't think that anybody ever would be able to. Like even the act of trying to make God comprehensible to human beings is like impossible, just because of the very nature of like
especially through
God.
human expression.
Exactly, like
Like
God
you're
is
trying to explain God
transcends human
through
expression.
language.
You know?
Mm.
Exactly, and there's no one religion that can just be like, hey, we've got it all figured out. We know what's up. Yeah, it's like we're all just learning and like figuring it out for ourselves. And so like that's the thing, like and even throughout history, right? Like every fucking major civilization has had a religion. They've all had gods or a god to explain everything, and that I think that that's just like
Not even just every
undeniable
major
proof. That's
civilization, but
true.
like every
That's true.
every
Not even every
collective
civil,
of people, like
or even yeah, that's true. Even like tribes people in the middle of
yeah, just
buttfuck
any group of
Africa,
people that
right? Like
exist.
yeah,
But sorry, continue. I just wanted to throw that in there.
no, absolutely. So
Mm.
I think yeah, I think that just kind of proves the fact that there is something like you know spiritual or whatever you want to call it, like out there. I just I don't think anyone can just like say what it is or like properly define it or like yeah. So that's why I don't believe in religion. But I think it is incredibly, incredibly like useful for helping people um, potentially like find purpose and meaning and giving people who may not otherwise have that like a set of like guidelines or whatever like it definitely helps people become better people. And I hands down, like no questions about that. Religion is incredibly good in that sense. But I think just personally, it's not something that I
I'm
can
not sure
go with.
that's I don't even know if that's the case actually, if it helps people become better
I think it
people.
can be. You know?
I mean it
Like
can,
I've
yeah.
definitely seen religion bring out the good in people. Um, like I have a mate who's Muslim now after getting out of prison, and he's been like on it, clean, like sorting his shit out,
Mm.
getting his face tattoos removed. I love that motherfucker. Like yeah, I'm like real worried about him before he went into jail as well. But like it's yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, man. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, no, personally,
even after you say that, like,
yeah,
because yeah, that's been a thing. Like religion helps people who've been in extreme, like certain extreme negative places get into a better place.
oh fucking
But
absolute.
yeah, but I'm not sure how much of that can be attributed to the specific. I mean, it don't really matter, but like, I feel like
I don't think.
a lot of it is to do with um just having a certain level of like routine and community embrace and acceptance and forgiveness, like the idea that like like
I
you are
think it's
forgiven and things like that.
yeah, and even just like unlocking that more spiritual side can be just helpful, I guess, in
Mm.
general. But yeah, that's true. Actually, that's what a lot of religions are big on, isn't it? Like forgiveness. So it's that yeah, all those lost souls who are like, oh, I can never forgive myself. They have that handy little like, I don't know, maybe that's too cynical.
Yeah,
Like,
and
yeah, I
what
don't know.
I'm pretty cynical. I don't know. I'm pretty cynical
I
about
guess
religion as well.
yeah,
Just,
yeah.
but
I don't know. In
I
my mind, I
recognize
think
how it's useful for people. So it is
yeah,
whatever.
that's yeah. I recognize its use. I think to subscribe to any one religion is to disregard all the other religions.
Exactly.
And like, why?
Yeah,
What's the fucking?
exactly.
Is it like all the fucking Muslims get to heaven and there's a fucking Christian God standing there? And he's like, well, sorry guys, guess you picked the wrong one. You
Word.
fucks. Like what?
You
What?
seen
What?
that
Yeah,
that
like
that bit in South Park?
probably. Oh, you're a Jew or whatever. We don't let Jews into heaven.
Yeah, nah, they're
Oh
in there's a bit in hell where
shit.
and
That's
it's
the.
like they're like the Mormons got it. It was I'm not gonna
Oh
try
yeah,
and
the woman's got it right. Yeah.
yeah, it was like yeah, it was but he announced it like it was a game show and like the Mormons got the correct answer in the game show and therefore they get to go to heaven. Cause that's
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
that pretty much like
Yeah, man,
explained it.
exactly. What if it's just fucking Odin standing there, real pissed off?
Odin,
Like,
right? And like we were just all
yeah, it's
born,
like fuck you,
all
guy.
born too
Why'd you
late.
stop believing in me?
No
Yeah,
one even, no one
exactly.
worships Odin, bro. Thor's a fucking Marvel, like he's a fictional character in
Yeah,
Marvel, bro.
bro, he was a fucking superhero. He's not a god anymore.
Yeah,
Oh man,
but
that's
superheroes are the new
ridiculous.
gods now, man.
Oh, bro, talking about it. Money's the new
Superheroes,
god, dude. Money ain't
the
even the new god.
internet's, yeah, money's on
The
its way out, actually.
money's always been, yeah.
Yeah,
Or Bitcoin.
the internet's the new god, and the
Yeah.
superheroes are the new Jesus. They're the new
I
pantheon.
mean, fuck, Chris Hemsworth has the hair for it. Should be alright.
But
Fuck, man.
yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
lit, man. It's lit.
Welcome to the new age, eh?
Word.
The
This
fucking
is for real, like, bro.
2020s.
If I was saying this to my cousin on another episode, you know that it's 2012 in the Ethiopian calendar.
Eh? How'd you figure?
No, it
How does
is
that work?
because
Alright.
there's different calendars. Like we follow, like the
Shit.
most of the Western world follows the Roman calendar,
Yeah.
and there's a bunch in China right now. It's like 3,000 and some shit or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So in Ethiopia, the Ethiopian calendar right now is 2012.
Right.
And if I feel like if 2020, the way 2020's been going, if 2012 went like that, people would have been like, oh shit, wow, this shit's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
it's yeah. Maybe it's planned for that 2012. Eh? Maybe we were on the wrong calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a lot of people chatting to me, being like, "Hey, this is the end of times, bro. This is some biblical shit." I've
Mm.
had a lot of people who are very convinced that this is the end of the world. I'm like, come on, guys. It's a virus. We've dealt with viruses all throughout humanity.
No, I think it
Be okay.
is. But I don't think I don't think it's the end of the world like shit's about to blow up. I mean
The world's
like
always ending. I think it's the end of the world as we know it.
there you go. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Society is going to have to change, right?
it's the end of a
Like
certain time.
afterwards. Absolutely. We're going to have to start
Yeah.
looking after each other more. Like the government's going to have to start looking after people a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And I think that's the thing. When we come out of it, we're all going to be a lot stronger together as a planet, as opposed to just as a nation, or like, because like what everyone's stock markets are crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's fucked. It's not just like, haha, look at China, their stock market crashed. Haha, look at America. It's haha, look at this whole planet. We're all fucked. Oh, I guess we got to help each other now.
Right.
But
And that's kind of what
hopefully that comes out of it, right? Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out. Like, I don't know if this was planned. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if this is some
I don't think it was man-made.
yeah, I'm
But
not
like,
sure
I don't know.
because something about
There were
it.
people who predicted it was going to happen, man. Like there were people
Oh
who fucking
yeah,
predicted.
yeah. There's been a lot of
Like,
people, even people that
like
I've
even back
like
in like 2011, like, hey,
like.
if the virus starts, this is what it's going to do to us.
Mm,
And people knew about viruses and stuff and how they spread.
yeah, I
But
was
like, yeah,
talking to my
just
little
manufactured.
cousin. my little cousin the other day, she was telling me that she had a dream about this kind of thing happening back in like November.
But, damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's when when it started, like first started.
But we didn't know about it. She definitely didn't. She's like 12 years
Yeah.
old. So,
Shit. Shit. That's mad.
mm,
Yeah,
and
man.
a lot of other people predicted it. Not It was on varying levels of prediction. Like some people may have predicted it like on a much more accurate level, and then some people were just predicting like, yeah, this year there's gonna be like
Yeah.
a
It's
lot
a
of
bad shit
people
to have.
a lot of people predicted that there was going to be a stock market crash. I saw some
Yeah.
guy on Bloomsburg or whatever that channel is that has the stock. Some guy predicted there's going to be a crash around March, April,
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah. Well, I think way back in like December, January, fucking Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, like a bunch of other motherfuckers, they all had a meeting. Then they left the meeting, all sold their stocks immediately, and then a month later, the stock market crashed. So like
Oh,
people knew it was up.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I don't know. It's interesting, man. It'll be interesting to see how we come out of it and
Yeah,
whether the
nah,
governments are actually like into it.
you know what? I was like, cause I already knew like shit was good. I already knew like shit was changing, and
Yeah.
one thing that I was, one thing that I knew is that the people that are going to have the best adjustment to these changes are people that are kind of like, to be honest, kind of like yourself, like people that are already in a rhythm of moving and shaking and adjusting and adapting, people that are already on that frequency.
Yeah.
Those are going to be the people that have that, because right now it's all about adapting. Like it's all because there's ways to make money. Like it's not like money doesn't exist and power doesn't exist. Like you can position yourself in a position of power
Yeah.
still. It's not like
The
everybody's
world
gonna.
still moves.
Yeah, shit still happens. Like there's still
Yeah.
food to eat. There's still
Exactly.
shit to do. So it's just about adapting and looking at what's around you and
Yeah.
being mentally strong.
And like again, yeah, like using what you've been given to try and like have the most positive outcome out of it. Like
Hmm.
yeah.
So like I said, it's lit.
Exactly, brother. It's life. Fuck, man. Man, it's been good having. I fucking enjoy talking. Like, it's just good to have a conversation with someone after so long, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I miss this, man. This isolation. I said it before. I say it again. It's not healthy, bro. Like, I need to be around people, bro. I need to be chatting shit. I need physical contact, brother.
Mm. Of
I'm
course.
I ain't cut out for this. Like, staying at home, being fucking sad bullshit. Yeah,
Mm.
man.
I mean, use it for what it's worth, man.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
When I've got a few more days. It's only like 4 more days, and I get out. And
Okay.
I just want to look back at it and be like, hey, that was some bullshit, but I made the most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hopefully, I can get a job.
Where
Start
did you,
picking
where
some
was it that
fruit.
you said you wanted to the orchid?
Yeah, bro.
What's that?
Go stand out in the sun and pick some fruit for a bit. Maybe just
Okay.
work in the pack houses and just like stack crates.
Oh
It's all
yeah.
good though.
That sounds
It's
nice.
honest money,
That's
honest work.
some wholesome,
Meet some good people,
honest work.
bro. Yeah. I don't know how long I'll last doing that though. Like, I don't know. I still got a lot of bros over here doing a lot of sketchy shit. So
Mm.
I
Yeah, you
don't
don't want
know.
to get all
Maybe I'll go
caught
down
up in
Wellington.
shit.
Yeah, man. It happens, bro. It happens every time I'm in New Zealand as well. Like,
Mm.
that's why I'm a little bit. I love it here. Don't get me wrong. I fucking do. And I mean, if I didn't want to do sketchy shit, I wouldn't be doing sketchy shit. It's part
Mm.
of the reason I love it here. But at the same time, like, maybe it's not the best.
Shit, maybe that's what you got your
But
4 days to prepare
the
for,
hustle,
man.
bro. Like, I love the hustle, bro. Like, nothing else. Rapping, hustling, bro. Like, seeing those numbers just go up.
Mm.
I don't know what it is, bro. There's something about it. Yeah. But now I got lots of bros now all over New Zealand. So like I can go chill out somewhere if I want to. But like I've got some real good mates up here in the Bay now, and like some people I really want to start making more music with.
Okay, that
Like
sounds good.
absolute, yeah, bro. And some more like chill. Like I went over to the bros the other day, and he had like 5 guitars, just chilling in his room. And I was like, "Gee, you plan to do anything with these?" And he's like, "Nah." I was like, "Oh, bro, like after this week's over, come stay at mine for quarantine. We'll make some music together." So we're gonna go do that.
So
But yeah,
when the quarantine ends, are you gonna stay there by yourself, or your mom and that gonna
yeah,
come?
probably, bro.
Okay,
Nah, she's with her boyfriend,
okay.
so I'm gonna just chill here for a while. And then yeah,
Well,
see what's up.
you and Son, you struck gold, man.
Absolutely, brother. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to like get the fuck out of London because like as much as I love London, trying to stay in a hostel that was shutting down, a bit too much of a mission for me at the time.
Mm.
It's kind of fucked. Yeah. What's your setup like, bro? You haven't even like told me much about what's going on
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
I'm just at
How are
my
you doing?
mom's. Yeah, I'm at
Nice.
my mom's. I got pretty much everything that I usually have here.
Solid.
Yeah, I
Happy
got my
day. Yeah.
I got my keyboard, got my laptop,
Yeah.
microphone.
Nice.
Um, actually, I
Yeah.
use a different microphone, but
Sure.
um, yeah, this is my brother's. He uses it for like for what he does.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I just been here. Like this hasn't been like too dramatic for me, if I'll be honest. Like I've spent large amounts of time here anyway. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
You're just chilling. Yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, I usually have the option to leave, and I usually would have left by now. I don't
Yeah.
really stay for that long at a time, especially of recent. Um,
Yeah. Fair.
yeah, so
How
um,
much longer do you have?
sorry,
How much longer do you have?
I don't know, and that's the most frustrating thing about this is it's hard
I
to
hate that.
plan. It's hard to plan your shit because like you're
Yeah.
just waiting for Boris Johnson to tell us when we can go outside. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. There's not much you can do, is there? Fuck.
But yeah, my grandma's doing cool. She's actually gonna be coming
Yeah.
here. Yeah, she's gonna be coming
Oh,
here in a
bless, bro.
couple of days.
Yo,
'Cause,
fucking crazy. So she's making a good recovery.
yeah. She's
Oh,
recovering.
bro.
So she's actually fortunate in the sense that she's now immune.
Yeah, exactly, bro. She's sorted you.
She
She's like, fuck this. I'm gonna go to the shops. Fuck you guys.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
She was like,
She's all
oh,
good, bro.
there's a new disease. I'm gonna pick that up real quick before I get any older. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I'm gonna
yeah.
get it
Straight up, G. Respect.
before I'm
Yeah,
95.
how old is she?
It was her 90th a couple of weeks ago.
90, bro. That's
Yeah,
respect to that woman, bro.
yeah.
Strong fucking woman.
Hmm.
Yeah, especially at 90, man. That's.
Yeah.
I'm real
So
happy for you, man. I'm real
yeah,
fucking. That makes me so that makes me real happy, man.
it's good, man.
Oh,
Thank you.
no, that's good, bro.
I appreciated your well wishes and stuff like that.
No, of course, man. Of course, bro. Like,
Well, what
always
else? What
always trying to
else?
look out for the bros and their family. Yeah, family of my family's my family.
Trust me. And
Yeah,
that's the new world, man. It's all about like the new world is about community now, man.
absolutely, bro. And that's the
Cause
community
like,
thing. Like,
cause even though this
yeah.
no, I'll let you go on. Actually, I'll remember my
Oh,
shit.
sorry. I'll try. But no, that's the community thing. Like again, like I want to do that, bro. Like that's all I want to do is create a fucking community. Like I think that's what we need more of in the world is motherfuckers coming together, no matter where they come from, what they believe, what they chat, just coming
Mm,
together under a community. Like I don't know.
definitely. Yeah, because if one
That
thing's
it's good
if one
the
thing's
common
like,
ground. Sorry.
yeah, the common ground, I guess in that case being like music. And
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, G. I keep cutting you off.
that's
I
cool.
do
There's like
apologize.
there's a bit of a lag in the timing,
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard
because
with this, man.
yeah. Well, to be honest, to be fair, your connection's probably been the best of all of these chats. Like I don't know if you saw the other ones, but those were
Yeah,
coming in and out
froze a
every.
couple times. Yeah, yeah.
We haven't even frozen once, so got it.
Damn. Cheers, New Zealand Wi-Fi. I guess we've only got 4 million people here, so we can't really overload it, even if everyone's using
Yeah.
it.
But,
Because
what was
that's what's happening in like America and shit, eh? Like
hmm
even their Wi-Fi is being overloaded, and like they're having to gate it.
Oh, because people are on the
Too many
internet so
people are
much.
using it. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Everyone's trying to stream that HD porn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ones have nothing to do, bruv. Like,
Yeah,
Sam.
man. It's mad.
I love that though, because like I just love the idea that people are forced to engage with their own minds.
Yeah,
Because
bro.
that's what I force myself to do. I never let myself,
Absolutely.
and it can be dangerous, and I'm aware of the dangers, but like I feel like it's important to not get too comfortable with where you are as far as your consciousness, because like you're
Yeah.
here to just keep learning and learning and learning. Like,
That's the best way to keep growing, right?
yeah.
And to keep just to keep trying to develop that. But yeah, man. I think it's good that people are getting a bit of a I don't know though. That's the thing. I don't know if it is good that we're getting a bit of a break from the outside world because how much do people engage in the first place? Like, is this just going to make people more okay with just being inside all the time now that like once
That's what I was
this
thinking
quarantine
too.
like
I've been
it's just going
thinking
to
like,
make people
what's it?
get used to it? Because how long does it take to form a habit?
2 weeks
Right. How long are we
generally.
going to be in isolation for? Yeah. So
Hmm.
if people are just getting used to spending all their time inside, like what's going to happen, bro?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I've been thinking about. It's like, what's the effect this is gonna have on culture? Like, this
Yeah.
is a cultural moment in history. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's why it's important to stay mentally healthy as well,
mm,
and do everything you can to like to chill your brain out as well. Just sitting there going crazy is not a good time for anyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
unless that's what you have to do. Some people need to go a bit crazy.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Control, loss of control, isn't it?
some people are, some people, yeah, would benefit from it.
Yeah.
Because when you lose your mind, I've noticed it bends itself back into shape, and when
Oh, absolutely.
it bends itself back into shape in a way that's actually like more powerful than it originally was.
Yeah.
Unless,
Yeah.
actually, no, it can go either way. Like you can bend
Yeah.
it.
It can be very dangerous. That's why tripping. I reckon tripping's pretty much the same. It's that controlled loss of control.
Mm,
Like it can be incredibly powerful, but also yeah, depends. I mean, like coming back to what I was saying before, it depends on how you react to it, right? And depends on how you take it on board.
hmm
Because like two people can get exactly the same sort of thing and take it in two completely different directions, right?
hmm
Like when fucking yeah, like when I did acid for the first time, convinced myself I was going crazy. If I hadn't like been like yeah, fuck it, like I'm chill with
how
this, like
much
I'm
did you
chill with
do,
it for
by
a
the way? Because that's so dramatic.
it was like I don't know, they were proper tabs. Apparently they were like 200 UG. So like double dips. I had no frame of reference for acid before. I tripped a bit on like fake acid, which kind of made me see funny colors and it all wibbled around, but nothing like the head fuck of like actual good acid. And like yeah, so that was a bit screwy, bro. But then it was like yeah, either I could have been like, ah well, fuck it, this is me, and like gone into that, and or I could have been like and let that like affect me in a negative way, or I could have just like realized I had like different, like I could cope with shit like that. I don't know, or like made myself not fear it as much, basically, and like fearing, and it's not even like going crazy, like gaining enlightenment and going crazy. I think are often very much intertwined,
Yeah.
but it's not like going crazy has such a negative connotation. But it's not like I don't know. I don't think it should be called that.
Yeah, it's very simplistic because crazy,
Absolutely,
the term crazy is used by people that wouldn't know what that even means.
exactly.
So it's like a blind person trying to explain colors.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't, it will
yeah,
never make sense.
yeah. Because if they haven't, yeah, if they haven't experienced that, then their own means, then yeah, how can they ever talk about it?
Especially considering how much like scientific researchers, how little they know about the mind.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone the average person.
Yeah,
So
man, it's a fucking mystery.
yeah.
And I
So
mean, our brains producing weird fucking chemicals all the time.
mhm.
Like fucking, I mean, even like DMT, right? Apparently, our brain releases that into our bloodstream. They think that happens maybe when we sleep or something. Or like, but yeah, and that's like one of the most powerful psychoactive substances, or the most powerful probably.
Mhm.
Like
and
our bodies
and
and
another
that.
like what's interesting as well is like there's things you can do to there's things you can do to induce DMT,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, like ketogenic breathing or whatever.
yeah,
Like,
that
yeah,
dreaming of course,
yeah, like meditation, real intense.
meditation,
Yeah,
yeah, stuff like dancing, sex,
yeah, absolutely.
orgasm.
That euphoria.
There's
I mean, it's
yeah,
chemicals in the brain at the end of the day, right? From like a
exactly.
cynical scientific point of view, it's all just chemicals in your brain.
And they your brain follows your commands
Absolutely,
depending on your level of
control.
discipline. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's what that sort of. That's what. Yeah.
and realizing that like I
Objectives can be.
we like we already know that on like a intellectual level, but like realizing that through like experience is kind of
Yeah,
what it's kind of what kind of took away
yeah,
the it kind of took away the appeal of drugs for me because drugs for me were just like a yeah it was more the curiosity of the unknown like
right.
as far as
Just like know what it was like.
yeah and just being able to open my mind to different experiences and realities
Absolutely. Yeah,
that was what was appealing of it
yeah,
to me.
yeah,
But when I realized I could do it myself, and it was just about, and it's very natural as well. That's what I like as well, because drugs are very, they're very dramatic. Like
yeah.
it's an experience and
Some of
shit,
them.
which is cool. Which is cool. It's supposed to be that, and that's why I love them because like it's cool to have experiences and dramatic
Absolutely.
experiences, but
Mhm.
it's also like it's very beautiful to have like a organic, slow. It's like the difference between like a one night stand and like falling in love with like your best friend or some shit like that, you know? Like they're both necessary and they're both experiences that you should embrace. And that's it. I
Yeah.
don't, I don't know what
So
to
very
say
different
after that.
entities. Yeah. No, I get
Yeah. But
you.
I feel like there's an emphasis on one more than the other. So people will be like, people will be really into drugs and then it becomes like a religion almost, you know?
Bro, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Actually,
Yeah.
that can yeah, yeah, addiction can become a religion.
Oh yeah, addiction. That's a whole different. Addiction is not even a religion. That's like the realest form of religion, actually. A religion
Yeah,
that you can't leave, even physically. Like that's the
yeah,
realest kind of religion. But like, I just
no.
mean it when I said it's like a religion. I mean it in the sense of like it has a lingo, it has a culture, it has
It's like a community
a
almost.
community.
And
Yeah.
that's what religion's good for, right? As well, is giving that community and that sense of purpose or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, drugs can definitely give you a sense of purpose,
yeah.
even if it is
But
misguided.
then there's people that are also like very anti-drugs as well, and then it's like
Yeah,
it's another thing of like you don't get it, so you can't really
yeah,
say much about it.
yeah, exactly.
At least not with
Like
authority.
just misguided, right?
Mm,
And that's the thing, and I think a lot of the biggest problems in the world come from people who are uneducated and misguided, right? They decide something's bad without ever actually knowing about the thing.
yeah.
I don't know. Half the time, like if someone is knowledgeable about the thing, how many people are going to actually listen to them, or how many people are just going to dismiss them about as being like as not knowing about the thing, right?
I agree. Cause like I feel
Yeah.
like someone like usually if you're knowledgeable about something, you have a very nuanced
Hmm.
understanding of it and you're
Yeah.
gonna explain it in that way. But
Yeah. And a lot of people
people
aren't going to keep up.
yeah, people like to have like very clear, like black and white
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Perception's
descriptions
bit.
of things. Yeah.
It makes everything easier, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I don't know. People are a weird one, eh?
I've come to peace with people, I think.
Yeah.
Some
I
people I
think
like,
I
there's some
mostly
people.
have,
Yeah.
to be fair, but still weird.
I was struggling with people for a while, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was really just struggling with myself and my because one thing
Yeah.
I've noticed is like it took me a while to come to terms with the concept of being an adult because
Yeah, man, I'm still struggling with that one. Like,
oh
for real.
yeah, I'm sure because like it seems very fake.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because one thing is like you look around at adults and they're like they
They
really
got
don't they don't really know what's going on. They just know what role they're playing. Like as an
exactly.
adult, it's
Yeah.
like you're an actor, and
Yeah.
the more the more skilled you are at performing your role, the better an adult you are. But like
Yeah.
because my personal
Yeah.
emphasis, like as far as my I guess my philosophy is like being organic, it's like I kind of look down on that. It's like that's like fake.
Yeah. It's what people have grown up being told an adult is, and so they feel like they have to fit into this like mold of an ideal adult or whatever,
Mm,
or member of society.
mm.
Like,
But then I've also like come to find that it's also necessary because like say you need to like protect people and shit. You
mm,
need to even though inside you are as um you're as soft as any like other child, you have to play the role of a strong person
yeah. Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
you have to convince yourself that you're that and you have to convince
Yeah.
others that you're that. So it's
Absolutely.
like being an actor. It's like method acting. Like
Because
oh
if you
you're
don't believe it, who's going to believe it, right?
yeah. And the more you convince others of it, the more that becomes your reality. And your camera's switched off, you know. I don't know if you noticed.
I noticed. Don't worry.
Oh, you don't want people to you don't want to show the
No,
kids.
that's yeah.
You don't want
That's
to
bad
smoke in
attitude,
front of the
bro.
kids. I respect
Yeah.
that, bro. That's real
It's,
gentlemanly
yeah,
of you.
for real.
Cause
Like I'm
I'm not
still
gonna
do
lie,
the
when I got my weed,
yeah.
I'm gonna just smoke this on the camera. Like
But
you're
nah,
allowed to.
bongs are proper junkie shit, man. I don't want to fucking. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah. No,
that.
I hear you. It's got a different look to it.
Yeah, I'd roll a spliff, but I'm out of papers, man.
Okay.
Ran out of papers a couple of days ago, and I was like, shit, I got no ciggies.
Mm.
I've been saving the last four. One of my mates has been growing. Oh, he's got some homegrown tobacco, so he gave me a bunch of
Oh
it.
man,
Yeah,
you know what? I do want to try some nice natural tobacco, man.
man, I'll try to bring some back with me if you
Yeah.
want.
Oh,
It's real
is that
hard to roll
possible?
up, but it tastes pretty good. I think it's mixed with a bit of like white sage as well, just to
Oh,
like take down the
that's
nicotine.
fucking.
It's
If you can, please bring that, man. That would
of course,
be
brother. I'll see what I can
really
see.
nice to get a nice ceremonial,
Of
you know
course,
what I
bro.
mean, session
Fucking
with
A, bro.
some natural
Yeah,
tobacco.
some proper, yeah,
Mm,
some proper Kiwi tobacco.
yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I can get it through border security.
I think it should be possible because you can
Yeah.
buy tobacco. Like, I think you can.
Yeah. I mean,
I think you
man,
can.
it's Yeah, you're allowed a lot into the UK, I think, because I know
Mm,
in New Zealand you're only allowed like 50 grams of tobacco.
okay.
Fucked, man. But like they let me in with like a few pouches, so I'm happy. I was happy with them. I was like, yo, cheers, guys. Like they even scanned my bags and everything, and I was like, yeah, I just got like some of this, and they're like, yeah, cool.
You know,
So they were pretty chill about it. I think they were more worried about coronavirus, to be fair.
yeah, I don't think they
Getting
were
people
stressing
back
about
into the
you and your
country.
tobacco, bro.
Yeah. It's been good, man. And that shit's expensive over here as well, bro. Like one of those 50-gram pouches will go for $100 easy.
Yeah, you were telling me. Have you tried
Like,
selling them yet?
nah, bro. I'm keeping them for when I need to sell them, bro.
Okay. I bet,
Yeah,
bet, bet.
yeah. Because I'm cutting down on the tobacco that I'm smoking so that I can
Mm,
then make more profit off selling those. So I
that's
won't
good to
smoke them
hear.
all. Yeah, yeah. Got to play it smart, bro. Especially when you're in New Zealand and a fucking pack of ciggies is $30.
Mm,
Like that is not fun, bro. Like people come to London and they say it's expensive. I came to London and I was like, fuck me, this is so cheap. What's going on? Oh,
wait, so it's more expensive out there in generally
dude, it's
everything?
insane. Uh, I mean, yeah, as a general rule, a lot of things are, bro. Like, because we
Wow.
export a lot of our goods anyway. So, like, a lot of the shit we produce in New Zealand just gets exported straight away. So,
Okay.
even the stuff over here that's export quality is more expensive. So, most of the
Oh,
stuff's either real seasonal or just imported. So, like, sometimes in the winter, fucking, like, the price for one pepper will go up to like $5, like a little bell pepper or whatever. Like, shit'll get crazy. If I say $5, that's £2.50. So, that's not too bad.
oh,
But
so
still, like, more than London. Like
right.
£2 is pretty standard for like three bell peppers
Mm.
in London. Even more expensive in the more expensive areas. Like you can get food real cheap in London.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Lot more farmers markets.
yeah, there is.
So I like
Yeah,
about London.
it's rare when you hear someone saying that, like, calling London cheap. Like,
I know, bro. It's
I don't
crazy,
really
right?
see that.
Like accommodations fucked. Accommodations way cheaper over here,
But at least
but food
if you make
more
some
expensive.
money out there, then
Yeah,
you at least you got some decent money to
yeah.
exchange.
That's what I want, bro. But
Mm,
it's like two times. So if I make 2 grand over here, it's only going to be 1 grand
mm.
in London. So that's another real hard thing.
I mean, that's not
I'm
one
not too
grand.
worried.
It's not a bad place to start, but yeah, I
Yeah,
guess that might be hard to save up.
but that'll be all good. Like once I get regular work again in London,
Mm,
because I'll get there like straight away, bro. I mean, I still technically got a job over there, like, so
mm.
as soon as we get back into it, that'll be fucking cushy.
And
I just need that grand fucking month.
what's the plan on when you get back? Are you trying to go back to the hostels or?
I mean, I'm trying to get a place, bro.
Yeah,
Eventually,
I say you start planning to get the place. Like,
yeah.
try and do it like before you get there, or at least
Yeah.
get
I mean,
things
as
in
soon as I
motion.
know that I can head back, bro, I'm gonna start looking. But I don't want to get anything down the fucking production line like while it's still uncertain. Because fuck, we don't know if it could be like 3 more months, man.
Mm,
So like the houses on the market will have changed by then.
yeah, it's just about
So
getting the
just
money together. Like,
yeah, oh
how
bro, I'm
much?
getting money together now, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's not a problem, G.
sick,
Like
man.
money's never
Because that
a problem.
hostel business was
Yeah, it was weird,
it
bro.
just seemed temporary. I just
Yeah,
knew
it
it.
was absolutely.
Mm,
Like I liked it, bro, and it was good because like you can work there, they'd pay me, and they'd also give me a place to sleep. So like it was a pretty good deal. But yeah, it got way too comfortable, bro. I got way too much into like a groove of just doing the same shit,
mm.
and that was just yeah, all in all detrimental. So I want to be in a house around people who are like creative, doing creative shit, constantly inspired to be creative myself. But yeah,
Definitely.
that's I
I'm gonna
reckon
go.
that's the next step.
I'm gonna get some more food real quick. Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm gonna turn my camera off. Oh no, I'll keep it on for a second. I'll
Talk to the
be
people.
good.
Have a
Yeah,
little one-on-one with them.
I'll have a fucking I'll have a chat with him. How long have we been going? This has been a good conversation, man. All right, what's up, people? I'm back. It's your boy Theo. Uh, Still don't really know what to say. Still living out here in New Zealand. Still pretty nice. Yeah. Um, Eating all my breakfast. I can't really review that anymore. Could spit some more bars, but I feel like that's been overdone at this point. Just keep chatting shit, eh? It's pretty good. Pretty good fun. How's the weather over there? Hopefully it's getting nice. Hopefully it'll be nice when I get back and it's not fucking raining again. But we'll see what happens. Fuck. I miss London. I really miss London. It was a nice little spot. I'm gonna come back and tear shit up as soon as possible. Fuck. Getting hungry. We've been fucking talking for a while. Damn. Yeah. Uh. Hello. How are you, Addy? You doing okay in the background? Fuck. I haven't even been watching like movies lately. I don't even know what to talk about. I guess good music. I don't know. Electro swing's pretty interesting. Been listening to a lot of that recently. Fucking little tune called Juicenberg. That's was it Spooky by fucking Duke Skellington. Yeah. If you like electronic and like jazz, a bit of a fusion, that's a vibe. Hey yo, just recommending some music to the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just heard you say that's a vibe. I was like, oh, okay, you guys getting into some shit.
I was talking about been listening to loads of electro swing recently, G.
Okay.
Like some real funky, like electronic, but like also like jazzy, like funk, like instrumental sort of. I don't know, man. It's real interesting. It's a real quirky little genre, and I kind of fuck with it.
Shit, man, throw it in the group chat, bro. I'm always
Yeah,
trying to
man,
hear
for real.
some new music.
Yeah, man. It's but yeah, hearing just like a saxophone going crazy over like a fucking like a house like bass line is something real unique, man.
Mm.
I enjoy it. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I
House
haven't been
has
listening.
it has a special place in everyone's heart, man. If you're from
Yeah, bro.
if you're from London, especially,
Yeah,
like there's
any
enough.
electronic music, man. Jungle, like heavy, like even like deep house and shit.
Mm.
So psytrance, so much good, just electronic music in
Yeah.
London. I want to go to Berlin, man. That's the dream. That would be a
Oh
fucking
yeah, that's like a hotspot for like techno
bro. Yeah, the
music and
electronic over in Germany and Berlin. It's like
mm,
next level, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a mate who was going over to Amsterdam to DJ.
Mm.
This kid I was working with. He was real impressive. I like him, man. Hopefully
Okay.
he's gonna make it out there, eh? After all of this shit.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to. I admire that adventurous spirit, man. Like
Appreciate it.
just like
Yeah.
yeah, just having
I
that
don't know.
kind of like it's, yeah, it's certain confidence to it.
Yeah.
Like I've
I
been
don't know.
feeling.
Truth be told, eh?
Now go on. What you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, truth be told, I can't stay in like one spot for too long. Yeah.
Mm,
Like kind of like I gotta be moving, bro. Always. And even that's why I like London because you can stay in London and feel like you're still doing like so many things and being in so many places. I think London's the only place I've ever really felt like I can kind of just stay there but still be doing like enough stuff to keep me occupied and like happy.
mm.
Like everywhere else, I gotta leave after like a few months. Like, I've never stayed anywhere more than a couple years.
Okay, so you could see yourself really like being in London for quite a while then.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
Like out of anywhere else in the world. But that's the best thing about London as well is it's close to the rest of the world. Like being in New Zealand, like to go to Europe, it's fucking you're flying for like 26 hours.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
fuck. Like
Like what's
yeah,
like because New Zealand, that's
we're like
like
almost completely on the opposite side of the world.
like you're closer to Asia, right?
bro. Yeah, like Japan and stuff. I think.
Mm,
Yeah, exactly, man. It's we're fucking out there, bro.
that's
So like,
wild.
yeah, New Zealand's isolated, bro. We're more isolated than Australia. Australia's fucked.
Yeah, where's Australia close to?
Nothing, nowhere, bro. The fucking Pacific Ocean, I guess. Yeah,
I'm trying to
I don't know.
I'm trying to stay alive. Like I'm trying to
Yeah,
keep a certain what's it, zest for life.
that's important, man.
It is. It's
For real,
very. It's
especially in times
essential.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essential, man.
No,
Like
it's good
to
to do that.
keep.
What's your best tip? What do you do? So like, what's one thing you do to like give us some insight into how you keep your zest up? Give everyone at home a tip.
I mean, I just bought this new supplement called Shilajit.
Yeah,
Shilajit. It's a resin. It's like a black tar kind of substance that you can mix in
yeah.
tea. that boosts like libido.
All right,
Yeah,
nice.
that's a very
Keeping yourself
direct.
active.
Yeah, that's a very direct like physical thing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
um, I
that's
don't
good, man.
know, like dancing,
Yeah,
singing.
keeping that
Uh,
passion for life.
yeah, I feel I'm so like as far as like music, bro. Like that shit's
Yeah,
really kept me alive. Like for real,
same.
it's really kept me alive.
Yeah,
Like I
finding
don't
new
know.
stuff as well, and like just exploring new music.
Yeah, and
That's what
just
I'm real good for.
yeah, and just the reminder that like oh yeah, like like only like this is like I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah, G.
This is something that keeps coming to me. So that's gives you a sense of a purpose. As far as like
Good to keep that sense of purpose.
yeah, but as far as like people and like staying engaged with like the idea of meeting new people and being like a functioning person, because like you don't have to be a functioning person to be a great musician, and
Absolutely, bro.
sometimes like it helps to not be a functioning person, but like
Yeah,
I still want to be like able to be a functioning human, and
control that loss
it's
of control.
yeah like and it's more so that which I find myself giving up on
Yeah,
internally is like the idea of just being like someone that can like be like a regular person and shit. Like I find myself giving up
yeah.
on that.
I don't know what's a regular person though. Like,
I mean, okay, not a regular, not in like a normie. I don't mean it in that sense, but like
I
just
got you.
have like people skills, like this the muscle of like um
Knowing people. Yeah,
yeah, just being able to get what you want out of social situations,
yeah,
um being able to feel comfortable in social situations. Uh,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
because there's things that I value from that as like mostly girls really. Like I want to be able to satisfy like and because like girls are like at least most of the girls that I'm interested in are very social and
yeah,
they 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 want you to have like a certain level of like social mobility
yeah,
and I want to be able to have that. I
yeah.
don't
I
want to
feel
be
that.
I don't want to be crippled into a certain lane. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but I don't know. It's all just a learning process, right? Like,
Mhm.
and the more we do it, like, the better we get.
That's really
Obviously.
what it is. It's the more you do
Yeah,
it, it's and that's why
yeah.
that's the, even like me being at that open mic. Like part of it was to like
Yeah.
practice my performance and stuff like that. But then
Yeah.
also it was
Right.
just like a it was was a way of me being out of my comfort zone whilst also
Yeah,
being in a certain level of comfort zone.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to meet people on that in that same sort of like wavelength as well.
Hmm.
Like, no, that's what
Yeah.
I love about the open mics.
Yeah, man. It's
Everyone
fun.
is too drunk to give enough of a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Man, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most
yeah,
actually. From
getting back into that sort of circuit, like,
mhm. There was
into the groove. Just
so much growth in such a short amount of time as well.
yeah,
Like
man.
fucking sick, bro.
Yeah, the bro there, he's great.
Which one?
The guy who runs the thing, got his
Oh,
name now.
the with the glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking love
yeah,
him.
yeah. Nah, he's a nice guy, man.
Yeah, literally, I
Yeah.
just walk in now. I see him, and he's like, "Yeah, cool, you're up."
He
Like,
has
as
me
soon as,
lined up. Yeah, he has me lined up.
as soon as he
Right.
sees you, he's like, "Yo, all right,
Yeah.
making some waves."
I appreciate that still.
Yeah, for real. It's good getting those just even just the random people you don't interact with on a daily basis, just like behind you, and like they know that, like knowing that other people fuck with you, bro.
Yeah,
It's good, man.
definitely.
Yeah,
Like I'm excited to get back to work, man. I mean,
yeah,
I've got work to do here. Like, to be
yeah,
honest, this work is maybe more essential in the sense
yeah.
that like there's the I've got shit to do, fam. Like I've actually got shit to do. Like I
Shit,
can't even say that
right.
I'm bored. If I say I'm bored, then it's
Not
almost
doing shit.
disrespectful. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
Well,
it's lit, bro. It's actually
yeah,
lit, fam. It's lit. Like
yeah.
all there's
Getting
that.
shit sorted.
Yeah, there's nothing I can even say that's like for real. There's nothing I can say that's actually really negative.
Mm,
There's only challenges.
yeah,
Like
exactly. And within overcoming that challenge, it turns it into a positive as well.
there you
So
go.
like, yeah, feel you, man.
Yeah,
And it's good. It is the sort of stuff is really good for getting a fucking sort of like a bead on yourself, kind of really figuring out who you are and like what you can do under situations like this, where like you're the only person you have to kind of motivate yourself.
mm,
Like at the end of the day, like being responsible to only yourself is one hell of an exercise.
it is, man. And that's been my life for like.
Yeah, amen.
And I don't know how good of a job I've been doing, but recently I've been doing a much better job. And I've I've also been like forgiving myself a lot as well as far as like the last couple years and because like
Yeah.
it's one
It's
like
important.
you can look on the outside and observe someone from an outsider's perspective, but
Mhm.
if 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 I'm speak honestly from my perspective of being me, I've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of changes, a lot of a lot of changes and a lot of pain that comes with those changes.
Mhm.
And I'm I'm grateful to myself for bringing myself to this point and still having a certain like still being driven and empowered
Yeah, absolutely.
and still like having more to
Active.
do.
Yeah,
Active, yeah, still
still
being
having the will.
active.
Yeah, still having the
Mm,
will to do shit. That's the thing, the fact that you have kept just pushing along and learning from it. Like
mm,
it doesn't show itself all at once, right? But yeah, once you get to a point, you can look back and you're like, shit, all right, I've actually sorted some shit out. Yeah,
and I feel
forgive me.
like the same applies to you. I can because like obviously I know more than the audience knows, but
Yeah,
like you've had like a hell of a journey like that you haven't said everything.
it's been a ride, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, man. In your short
I
life,
like
like you've
much. Yeah, man.
yeah.
It's uh, it's been interesting, bro. Like, and I guess it's shown me a lot of things that people at my age usually don't have the like haven't witnessed or understood or whatever. I don't know.
Mm,
It's weird, man. But yeah, I know I'll never once like look back on what I've done and where I've been and like the shit that I've been through and wish it any different. Because at the end of the day, it has like turn me into who I am. And I'm, you know, I'm pretty okay saying I'm pretty happy with who the fuck I am right now.
Mm.
Like, there's room for improvement, obviously, because there always is. But like, I'm at a stage where it's like, yeah, good job, Theo. Like, you're doing all right.
Yeah,
You
that's
sorted
it.
some shit out, you know. Like that's
Yeah,
the one of the most encouraging things, right? Is like, yeah, just being able to look back and being like, okay, like I have actually, I've changed and I'm doing some good shit now. I don't have to feel bad about what I'm doing because you know if you're doing shit that you're feeling bad about, it's only gonna reflect badly on yourself, right?
mm.
Like you're only gonna start to get more stressed about it, and I feel like you know in a lot of ways doing bad things that you don't feel comfortable with or not that you don't feel okay with is only ever going to come back and bite you in the ass, like whether directly or indirectly. Yeah, so I don't know, sorting a lot of shit out.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man.
It's yeah. The fucking the world has a weird way of putting like sending shit back. Call it karma, call it fucking divine retribution, call it whatever. But like, yeah, you do bad shit. You put bad shit out there, bad shit's gonna come back. Like, end of story. Yeah, I don't know. Seems pretty
How we,
basic, but
we
people, I don't know. People don't seem to fucking. Some people just
it's, it's
don't seem
it's
to get it.
this life's hypnotizing.
Yeah, man.
You get hypnotized.
So yeah, absolutely, bro. It's all cycles there.
Yeah, you don't even realize how fucked up your cycle's been until
Yeah,
you're standing in the mess. Let
that's
me
why
get
that
this.
self awareness is so important, right? Constantly
Yeah,
take a step away from yourself and reassessing your situation, reassessing your goals, and being like, hey, what the fuck am I actually doing? Like, am I happy with what I'm doing? Is what I'm doing gonna cause me to continue to be happy? Like, yeah, yeah. A lot of people can be very distracted from that, and instead of looking at themselves as much as they should, potentially are dragged out to be looking at the outside world, right? Like, I don't know. It's weird. Apparently, there are some people who don't even have like internal dialogues. Like,
oh, they just do.
yeah, they don't even like. I don't know, like that little thought thing that's running constantly, right? Like, apparently, some
Me,
people
it's
just
funny
don't have
because
it.
there's no
That's weird, man.
there's not necessarily a way of measuring who does and who doesn't.
Yeah, I guess
But
it's just who's aware of it, who
you
isn't.
can, I feel like you can kind of observe in like people's uh in their actions, their temperament, and like who they are. You can kind of observe like how much time they spend thinking.
That's very true. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I have a cousin.
Definitely good point.
I feel like he mentioned this. I remember him mentioning he mentioned I hate thinking.
Huh, huh,
You
huh.
remember him saying that he hates thinking, and obviously a lot of people can say that, like I hate
Yeah,
overthinking or like whatever. But
yeah,
in
for
the manner he said it, I really
yeah,
feel like he doesn't really. I feel like he doesn't think that much, like because there's a difference between like thinking and just like operating. Like your
yeah,
brain operates, like you have a decision. You have like you have a part of you that makes decisions. Like I'm gonna
yeah,
do this. I'm gonna do that. That's
yeah.
natural. But then
That's
like
your instincts, right? That's your
yeah. But then
basis of
like
human.
the chatter,
Yeah,
the people have different levels of chatter in their head, and I
I
feel
think yeah, absolutely. Some people have no like yeah,
and that's that you know what that's an interesting topic. Like
yeah, absolutely. You can get real distracted by it as well sometimes, right?
oh yeah, you know what? Let me get back. Hold on to the thought. Let me get the food because I don't want it to burn.
I I just chat with the fucking voices in my head. What's up? Yeah, this has been one hell of a fucking journey. I don't even I don't even remember what we're talking about. it's been interesting though. Yeah, I like just having conversations. Just fucking chatting shit, getting my words out there. Uh, is there an idea? What is up,
Yeah.
boy?
So yeah, we were talking
Yo,
about
yo.
mental chatter,
Yeah, yeah, mental chatter, absolutely.
and I was thinking like, because I was talking to in the first episode to Louis V.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
talking to him about the the nature of fear and how fearful thoughts kind of creep up on you without almost like without you realizing you've been just in
absolutely.
you've been in thought for like however amount of time,
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah,
hours, days, months,
yeah,
years you spent
yeah,
you know, kind
yeah,
of submitting yourself to these
yeah,
fearful thoughts.
yeah. And just to add to that, like one of the most scary things, right, is having those thoughts that just pop in. That one of the most scary elements of them is that you do feel like they're out of control, right? Like
Right. It, do-
they
it
jump in your head, and you're like, shit. Oh, oh, fuck. Where did that come from? Like,
Yeah, and it's not even like you realize as soon as the thought comes, you
yeah,
realize
absolutely.
after you've been in it for like
Yeah,
however amount of time.
yeah. And you look back, and you're like, oh shit. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's so evil. Like it's really
yeah,
is
man.
it takes your time in such
Yeah,
a like sinister way, man. It's quite bad. So
yeah. Fear definitely has a very sneaky way of destroying people and distracting them, I guess, from goals. And
right. And so I'm thinking, how
well,
can how can you program yourself to be more trusting of your instincts and your kind of way,
yeah,
your organic, natural way. Like
yeah,
thinking is obviously necessary. Like
yeah.
if you got to pay
Being
rent,
aware of it is
yeah,
probably the first step. Yeah,
yeah, obviously, yeah, being aware that that it's a problem, being aware that it's a problem,
yeah, yeah.
which is I imagine it's a problem that most humans have, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
a lot of
um,
people are out of touch with their inner sense of self or whatever, right?
mhm. So how could you program yourself to trust your instincts more? What can you do?
I don't know. I don't know. I think the most logical way to do it would just be to like form a habit, I guess, of trying to like acknowledge that and just go with it more and like
Because I really don't want to say
work with it without
meditation,
thinking.
but it sounds
Yeah,
like the answer is going to come down to meditation,
yeah,
or at least some form of it.
yeah, some sort of release in the brain where you stop like giving a fuck about the outside
Hmm.
coming in and more of a fuck about you going out to the outside.
Actually, no. The first, the most obvious thing is what you mentioned earlier: is developing
Yeah,
a habit through some sort
yeah,
of routine.
yeah. That seems
So it
yeah,
starts with the routine. Now we've mentioned routine, and we've also mentioned meditation.
yeah,
So you develop a routine of meditation where you're,
yeah,
because meditation, a lot of it involves um, observing your thoughts. Because when you first start meditating, you can't not have thoughts. If you're
hmm,
going from never meditating to meditating, the
yeah,
thoughts are going to be there.
yeah, yeah.
So
They're not gonna go away straight away.
yeah, so you're observing your thoughts, and then that's when you get to observe the quality of your thoughts. Like, what type of
Yeah,
thoughts am I having? And then you
yeah,
start to realize what kind of state you're really in.
yeah. And then even realizing the intentions behind the thoughts and
And
yeah,
that's a whole different trip. That's a
yeah,
whole different kind of trip. Like, you start to see what type of person you are, like your shadow.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And
That's real important. Is to
that's
have
very
a
important,
practice.
and is very scary for a lot of people.
Yeah, to really truly admit to themselves who they are.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, shit. I'm saying all of that, but I don't know if I'm really all honest with myself all the time. Like, I don't know if anyone is. Like we all lie to ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah. One of the more important things about doing that then is you can recognize when you are lying to yourself and call yourself out on it, and then make a habit out of that. Yeah. Now that all
Right.
ties back in. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All about just calling yourself out on your bullshit before anyone else does.
Mm-hmm. So what's the end game? Like what are you trying to do in that in with this? Like, because
Uh,
what comes to me is that before anything, you want to empower yourself. You want to
absolutely.
be
Yeah.
in a certain position of power.
Mm-hmm. And
Like
that
that's
place,
just
that
basic
power, yeah,
human survival.
where I have the power to be able to bring those people together. And I don't know. I guess the end goal is just to have that fucking that that place where we can fucking not have to worry about like anyone's background or whatever, and just develop, the music and each other, I guess, as people as well through that.
No, I didn't. You know what? I didn't even mean end goal.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah.
I meant and like the agenda um behind like I said, like programming the way that you think.
I don't know if I don't know just to I don't know if it's even like improving yourself as a person, but just being aware of like what's going on, whether that be like inside your head or outside, is always important. Just in general life, right? And I think once you're more aware of like what's in here, you can be more aware of what's out there based on like how it affects what's in there. Like I don't know. Once you can be more in tune with the inside, and that lets you kind of see the outside world in a different way, and like yeah, learning to use that intuition, right, and learning to use that go off that gut instinct or whatever is one of the best ways to like do that, I guess. I don't know,
So how would you do that?
man.
If you could start doing something like new
Just
today.
trying to get my fucking boundaries down, bro. That's like stop giving so much of a fuck about how things I do and say are perceived, and more of a fuck about like how they're gonna I don't know, not affect. I guess yeah, affect things because like a lot of what I have done in the past and said has been based on how other people are going to perceive my actions, and not so much based on what I actually want to achieve. So I think that's like just to be aware of that is like probably the first major. I mean, aware of that, but like making decisions based on that, probably like
Mm-hmm.
the first major step. Yeah. Well, that's like the whole thing, right? It's just not giving much of a fuck about what other people like think or like how they perceive their perceptions of you. Because if you have that positive perception of yourself, then other people are gonna see that and then have that same perception. So like, I think it's a lot more important to focus on yourself, even if you are worried about how other people like. Even if you are worried about other people, focusing on yourself can definitely help you come to terms with that.
Yeah, that's been a challenge for me as well, man.
Oh, for real,
Cause
bro.
like
For me too.
my
Like,
in like observing my thoughts,
yeah.
my observing my thought process, my ins. Oh, for fuck's sake! My headphone went into the plate. Um,
Nice.
observing my thought process, like when
Yeah.
I'm reading books or when I'm learning things, my instinctive first thought is like how I can communicate it to someone else, like how I can
Yeah.
like like at least when I've come across some information that is has like resonated in some way, it's like how
Mm-hmm.
I can how I can
Yeah.
convey this to someone else
Yeah.
effectively. And it's it just slows down the learning process. Like it should really be me just putting together all the information just
Yeah.
to expand my understanding of whatever information
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just it's
That
kind
worrying
of,
about other people.
yeah, but I also understand that like I am a teacher as well. Like that's kind of
Yeah. Absolutely.
one of my aspects. Like
Yeah.
as a little kid I was teaching like my brother and my little cousins. Like I had like a whiteboard and I was like literally like had a
Yeah.
classroom that I made in my
Yeah.
room and shit. So
Yeah. That's yeah. That's just something you're born with, eh?
yeah, like I respect that part of myself, but then even as a teacher, you have to be a
Yeah.
student. So
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, no one's ever finished learning about anything, right?
mhm,
Like, no matter how much you know, you can never know everything.
mhm.
Like, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's good to recognize that within yourself, I guess. Not get complacent.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. People get too good at something and they're like, fuck it, I know everything. And
Well, they get
people
too
back.
comfortable in that realm of
Yeah,
information.
exactly, bro. It's that comfortable that comfort that fucking that'll be the downfall there.
Hmm.
The downfall of Rome, right? That's why Rome fucking burnt. Because everyone got too comfortable, started having too many orgies, and that was it. Just like that.
Just like America's becoming right now.
Oh, fucking absolutely, bro.
Mm,
Well, the fucking have you seen all these guys in like the fucking massive churches in Florida and stuff? They're all
no.
like grouped together praying away the coronavirus. It's like there's a fucking 1,000 people in the stadium, and you're all bunched together, and you're all trying to fucking God will take away this devilish virus, and I don't know, man. It just boggles my mind. Like honestly,
I thought that was illegal. I thought they couldn't mass
me too,
congregate.
bro. America, bro, free speech. People can say what they want to say and believe whatever the fuck they want to believe.
I mean, I thought having 1,000 people in a hall was
In a
illegal.
place together. Well, I don't know. That's the thing with America, right? Is some of it is like kind of serious, but it's a statewide basis, right? So some states are real serious about it. Some states are just like, fuck it, it'll go. We're all good. You guys are chill. You got Jesus.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. It's interesting, bro. The way America's kind of dealt with this whole thing. But yeah, this is where kind of the statewide system kind of shows its flaws, for sure. But I don't know. I guess everyone who's aware that there is a genuine problem is staying inside still, so that's good. Like
Yeah.
even if they're in a state where it's not enforced or like not mandatory, like people are still going to do it if they if they know it's enough of a problem. But yeah, what was that fucking Donald Trump was saying? Like, oh, we're all gonna like get together for fucking May Day or whatever, like some big festival. We're gonna have a holiday from
Yeah.
this fucking a holiday from all this being
See,
inside. Whatever.
stuff like that's what makes me think this is some sort of shit, some fake shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, for
because
real.
they're trying to make it like
Bullshit.
they're trying to make it a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even the way like
Focused on it so much.
even the way like major websites like it felt like the virus had like its own PR team. You know,
Yeah, for real.
like it was too well put together.
Yeah. I mean, shit. They even gave free Pornhub Premium out to people. Like, that's
Yeah,
some great
man.
PR right
Nah, I
there.
mean that was just Pornhub's decision. That was just smart. That was just intelligent.
Good marketing right there.
Mm,
Oh, fuck. So yeah, never say there are no negatives that come out of this virus.
yeah.
No positives even, no negatives. What am I saying? Fuck. But yeah, man. I don't know. Apparently it's natural. Apparently they can track it back to where it started. So
Mm. Oh no,
yeah.
it's not that someone invented it.
Okay. Just the way that the media is focused on it to distract from something, you reckon, or like because I don't know. I reckon the focus on it has been very.
It's all about it's all about narratives. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it's all about like what story they're telling.
And I feel like it's weird how China's telling an anti-America story and America's telling an anti-China story.
Anti-China story. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's all about narratives.
yeah. Politics and shit. I mean, yeah, I feel like they're always going to find a way to twist it to suit their fucking goals, right? And every politician's going to find a way to twist any situation to suit their certain political agenda.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of natural. It's sad that that is just kind of natural though. Like it's sad that that's the way it's become. Like politicians, but that's the thing. Politicians are always kind of out for their best interest. Not
Yeah.
always. That's a very
You know what I think the revolution's gonna be?
yeah. I reckon that would be like pretty in the books. That's why I was kind of low key ready to stay in London, eh?
Mm.
Like
Wait,
I was
why? Why?
ready for revolution, eh?
Oh yeah. No, but you
Oh
know,
yeah,
I was gonna say,
we're in America.
I think the revolution's gonna be. I think it's people are gonna get like this whole like all of this shit
Yeah,
is just gonna become. It's not even gonna be about people figuring out like who's lying and who's doing what and
yeah,
like how we're gonna take them down. I think people are just gonna get bored of the whole thing.
yeah. I think they're just
It's
gonna get
gonna
sick
get
of it.
it's gonna get like really boring and then just gonna stop paying attention to it. And
Yeah.
we're gonna have like there's gonna be so many underground networks that it can't even be like um it can't even be monitored anymore. It can't even be monitored or
Yeah,
understood on the part of
yeah,
government entities or anyone.
yeah,
And it will just fizzle out slowly. Like they'll be playing their own game, like they play their own little wrestling matches and whatnot.
yeah.
And there'll be like a select people, but it'll be like it'll just be sad. It'll just reach a point where like no one, because like the things that they have influence over will
Yeah,
stop being necessary even as
that's true.
necessary. Like things like
Yeah,
money are gonna like
yeah.
money's gonna change
And so I'm gonna
as
say it's definitely gonna be a financial revolution.
mhm.
Like that's in the books.
People are gonna
See that?
find other ways to exchange goods and
Yeah,
services.
exactly. We're gonna find more ways to look after each other and not,
Hmm.
you know, because what do we look after the government and the government kind of looks after us sort of a little bit, not really.
Mm. And they
Like
really their main the main currency of any government, I feel, and especially the media, is the attention of the people.
yeah, absolutely.
Like that's really the source of
Like a
like
fucking
of their
like a
power,
power.
really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the motivation.
Mm. And is
I mean,
and
yeah,
the collective agreement that the shit's real.
yeah,
If we collectively like slowly forget that the
yeah. The
game that they're playing
politicians
is
even exist.
yeah, it's like they're
Yeah, then they'll yeah,
and of course they're gonna start
they
doing
lose trust.
stuff to like catch our attention and shit.
Yeah, of course.
It'll just be
Yeah,
transparent, man.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what so many politicians are these days, right?
Very.
So fucking blatantly transparent.
Like I feel like Obama was probably the last politician who really fooled people into thinking that like,
He
you
was
know
a
what I
good guy.
mean? Yeah, not to say that he's a bad guy, but he's a politician.
Yeah, he wasn't. I
You know
don't
what I'm
think many
saying?
politicians particularly are good people. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, there was a lot of shady shit that went on with him, and the way
Mm,
people just kept sucking his dick was like, come on, like he ain't perfect. Don't think any politician or president or anything's ever been perfect.
mm,
Even fucking, Jacinda Ardern, she's pretty cool. She's not perfect. No one's perfect. Like
yeah.
everyone, like yeah,
But I think Obama was probably the last person that could ever like
he
the
was very
last
good with the
polit
whole public opinion. Like he was very much a people's president, wasn't he?
yeah. And I don't think that's possible anymore.
No,
Like if for people to love you that much, you actually have to be like a
one of the people.
person. Yeah, you have to be a person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't be
Or
some fucking ripped
you have to
politician.
make some sick fucking music or some shit.
Yeah,
You know
exactly,
what
bro.
I'm
You have to gain
saying?
the respect of the people, bro. That's the thing. You have to gain that respect. Like
Hmm.
people have. of finding respect as more value now, right?
Yeah,
It's not so much a commodity.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting times you're living in, man.
Really,
I'm
man.
very curious
It's
to see how it
really
shapes up.
it's a beautiful time
Oh, absolutely.
to have a young, um, healthy mind. Very
Yeah,
beautiful time to have a young,
yeah.
healthy mind.
And to just see how
I
it,
feel bad
it
for people who don't have healthy minds right now,
yeah,
who aren't self empowered. I feel very
yeah,
bad for those people because, like I said, they're not gonna go out without a fight. Like they're gonna do a lot to grab our attention. They're not gonna let us forget about them, and you know what I'm saying. Like they still
yeah.
want power, and they're
Oh,
still gonna do what they.
exactly. Yeah, everyone wants power, right?
Yeah,
Shit.
not
Yeah,
everybody necessarily wants. Like I think what
I get
separates,
different sort of power.
yeah,
Yeah,
like what separates like an average person or like a normal mentality from someone who wants mass power is that like they actually don't trust they think the people are too dumb to like really like just
yeah.
be humans without a governing body.
I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. You keep the people entertained this time.
Oh yeah,
Tables
well,
turned. I'll
sure.
see you in a bit.
All right, guys, what's up? um I might start doing lives at some point. I think when if I reach a point where I'm at like 20 views consistently on a video, then I'll start doing lives. Because then I'll have at least, you know, 5 people watching it or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys are enjoying this. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit. As you see, the sun has risen. I think it's early in the morning. I start coughing. I don't know why that is. I think it's because the air is more crisp, maybe. I'm not sure, but um, yeah, man, man's cozy out here. I'm starting to enjoy this quarantine. It reached a point where I was like starting to feel a bit claustrophobic. Like I hate the feeling of not being able to move. Even if I don't want to move. If you tell me I can't move, I'm very frustrated. But when I see it, when I look at it as like an opportunity, you know, because that's really what it is. No one can tell me that I need to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I just got what I should do right now is work on music and then do my other little things that I do too. Like this, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Wow, bless, brother.
I,
Know what you're saying. I
I
hear
was
you.
just, oh, you hear me?
I heard. I was hearing a little bit when I came back up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, I was just
Nice,
talking to them about kind of just echoing some of what we said. Just,
nice.
yeah. What were we
Yeah,
talking about before you left?
like it was.
Oh, yeah, I feel like we kind of concluded that.
Yeah, yeah. We got to the end of the point.
Yeah, death to America.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, death to the infidels.
Death to the infidels, indeed.
Am I allowed to
Yeah,
say that?
yeah, very much
Man, I get
allowed to
nervous
say
now.
that. That's actually an inside joke. With me and my peoples, like whenever we just see some dumb shit on the TV, like we were
Yeah.
watching this Seth Rogen movie. Because one thing, me and my brother been putting me onto is like movies. A lot of movies nowadays have like are very transparent with their
Yeah.
agendas.
Oh,
Like,
dude, it's crazy, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it just makes me want to say death to America, but we just like just like start
Yeah.
playing the ISIS national anthem and shit. Okay, man, I just switched sides completely.
Inshallah, brother.
Trust me.
Nah, man, like yeah, that's that. Even a lot of the music that comes out of like pop music, whatever comes out of America, right? Like, you can tell that it was written by a group of fucking old white dudes in a fucking boardroom.
Mm.
Like, man, sometimes you can just I hate anything that you can see the agenda behind.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
want
even matter what the agenda is. Like
absolutely, bro.
if it's
I don't
too.
care if I agree with the agenda or not.
Mm.
If I can clearly see there's an agenda behind it, I'm like, well, what the fuck is the point? Like, I don't want to be reinforcing your agenda, like because you're telling me to. I want to be doing it because I think it's a good idea. Jay, my mum has just turned up,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go have a chat with her. Is it all good if I
Oh yeah,
come
man.
back in a bit, or
Yeah,
like,
no, definitely,
all right,
definitely,
bro,
definitely.
all right,
I'll keep
well,
talking to the people.
keep the people entertained, I
It's
guess.
it's it's probably even more entertaining to have those intermissions, like
Yeah,
because
bless you.
naturally the conversation changes.
Yeah, fair.
Tell your
All right,
mom I
catch you
said
later.
hi.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I should probably be going to bed soon. Talk to him for a bit longer and probably wrap it up. I'm not sure what else there is to talk about really, but I never really did know what to talk about. But yeah, we got some interesting stuff. There was a couple points where it was getting a bit, you know what I mean? At least I was feeling a bit tired and shit. But yeah, you know what I mean? He's I can tell he's a bit hesitant to get into personal details, which is cool. Understandable. You know what I mean? So but I feel like you guys got a decent idea of who my guy is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let me talk to you guys about this mental exercise that it's a meditation of sorts, I guess you could say. And it relates to what we've mentioned, what we've spoken about in previous episodes. I think we touched on it. This video is too distracting. It's taking me to a different place. Okay. It relates to a what we've spoken about in previous episodes. Um with different aspects of the mind. Different not okay, different aspects of the identity, right? Um, you have so many, every person has so many different aspects of who they are. And I remember Louis Vidu on the first episode, he mentioned that he became aware of all of these aspects. And then I asked him, were these different aspects of you connected to each other, as in were they whole, or were they fragmented and at odds with each other? And that's something to consider. It's not, I don't know if it was something that he could answer straight away, because that's I guess, a deep question. But yeah, this is an exercise that touches on that. So um, think of the three stages of your life, or a life. Um, you have boy, man, and grandfather, or old man, and then that same way for women as well. So imagine yourself in a home like, or a room, and you have all these different aspects of yourself. Like, think of as many of them as you can, or even write them down if that makes it easier. And naturally, as they're all in this room, they're going to interact with each other. And how does the the young the young teenage boy of you interact with the old man of you? And how does the baby boy of you react to the old lady of you? You know what I mean? How do these different aspects interact? You know what I mean? Does one of them need to um do some people need to talk it out? Do some people need to have a hug? You know what I'm saying? Like, what needs to happen? Use your imagination, and you'll find yourself having interesting experiences with these different fragmented aspects of yourself. And you know what I'm saying? This is I believe it's been useful for me. I believe you can make use of it, and even if you don't do it that way, um, I feel like it's useful to to acknowledge that you are, infinite, and definitely layered, at least layered. Like, you have multiple layers and shit. And yeah, man, you should be whole. You should be one. You should be connected. You know what I'm saying? Where's my color in there? Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna give you an example, just to make it seem more real, so you don't have to do all the work yourself. Um, and remember, there's no right answers. It's your mind, right? So there's no right or wrong answers. So what comes to you naturally is there's a reason that it comes to you. So right around a moped. So my teenage aspect, right? Teenage boy, teenage boy. He met me of today, right? And he resented me because I'm not, from his perspective, I'm not who he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? So the interaction that we had was, if you don't want to be me, there's some things that you have to change, right? Okay. Now I gotta clue my guy into what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you had a bandana change and everything. Shit.
You could hear me already?
Couldn't hear you.
Okay, cool. Were you eating a strawberry?
Yeah, man. Went down into the garden, bro.
Oh,
Picked
that's
some.
that's fucking beautiful. Fresh strawberries, non-GMO.
Thank you, New Zealand. Fucking oath, bro. All natural.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But anyway,
Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna clue you into, because I was already getting into a thing. I didn't know how long you'd be going for. I was telling them about
Surprised
this.
you're still talking.
Oh yeah, no, I found something to talk about.
Yeah,
But there was like about 10 minutes of me just walking around.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I was talking about this kind of be patient with me as I try to explain as well. It's
Of course, man.
it's
Stop
like
being so
it's a meditation almost, um which deals with the different aspects of one's identity. right? So like
Right.
naturally there's you, the you that you're expressing to me, and then there's a you that you express to your mom, and there's
Mm-hmm.
you as a kid who is still, you know, alive inside you somewhere
Yeah.
that
I
can
feel you.
be evoked. Yeah. So it deals with the um the different aspects of yourself with intention of uniting these aspects so that they are so that you feel whole and you don't feel
That's
that any aspects of yourself are in conflict with each other, thus creating a certain level of disharmony within your own identity.
damn.
Right. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did.
It's a
Like
simple,
you
it's
get like
simple,
different
but
aspects of yeah,
yeah, it's uniting the different aspects of yourself.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
yeah. United, we're powerful, right?
yeah.
Even with lots of different human beings together, there's
Mm,
power. So with lots of different aspects of yourself, I guess you can see that.
you will be more
So
powerful as a result.
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
how it works is, well, in this case,
Oh shit. Oh well, fuck it. Camera's on now.
I mean, if they made it this far, you know what I'm saying? That's a cool ass bong though. I don't usually see bongs like with that much surface area, shall I say?
Well, I made it myself, so
Oh shit, let me see.
it's a Kiwi way, bro. Where are you? So there's a fucking little downstem, little fucking the bottom of a can, bro, and then it's
Okay.
like a water bottle, bro, like a
Oh
sports
shit.
bottle,
Yeah,
and the top's
yeah, yeah. Oh snap.
yeah,
That's sick.
yeah, man. Hey, bro, when I apply myself to it, I can be crafty as a motherfucker. Yeah, like for real. I've
Facts,
made
bro.
some crazy bongs, bro. Like I used to have one with a fucking big old like length of tube attached to the top of it, and it was like this long. That was just one of my bongs.
Mm.
Yeah. Fuck man, you're rocking. You got two bandanas now, G. I need to step my game up. Fuck.
Yes.
I need another.
I'm starting to get sleepy.
I can
So
imagine, bro. What's the fucking time, G?
I don't know.
Shit, I'm getting sleepy, and it's not even like
It's
yeah, it's
quarter to
5 o'clock.
seven.
Fucking hell. Yeah, it's probably time for you to get some Z's in, eh, bro?
Yeah. No, we'll wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
I don't
What were
really.
you saying about the meditation, bro?
Oh yeah.
It sounded real interesting.
Let me close the curtains just to get myself.
Uh, fucking mash another one of these then. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know. Has anyone even made it this far? I also don't know. I guess we'll see. Fuck. Happy days in New Zealand, eh? Hope you're all staying safe and staying sane, more importantly. All right.
But yeah. Now it's too dark. Oh well, whatever. It's okay.
Damn it.
Um, what was I saying? Okay. So the way I had it, but you can obviously um, you know, do it to
Yeah.
whatever suits you. But the way I had it was it's a room and you have okay, in your as far as identity,
Yeah.
you're you obviously you identify as most people identify as either man or woman, right? But that your actual energy,
Yeah.
it has endless expression, and it takes the inspiration of its expression from everywhere. Like certain aspects of you are inspired by your mom, your sisters, your girlfriends, etc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so there is. I have it in there's three stages of boy or child, um, man and elderly.
Mm.
So there's all these different aspects of you. Um, you know, young you, old you, young female you, old female you,
Mm.
etc. So you're in this room with these seemingly infinite expressions of yourself, and the first ones that come to your mind, you just um, observe how they interact with each other. So
Interesting.
an example I'll give you, which is different to the one I just gave. Okay, seems people are waking up.
Huh.
The example I'll give is teenage version of me has has had a disconnection with the adult father version of me, right? Because of my rejection of authority and my rejection of a certain level of discipline.
Yeah.
So I had to have those two come together and kind of just, you know,
Work it out.
yeah, work it out and kind of, because even this is like in a space where there's really no space and time. So if they can have like a if they if they can sort things out within your own mind, then that expresses in your actual like who you are.
Yeah.
And another one is baby version of me, like a young child version of me, meeting with an old lady version of me. And the old lady is kind of just like telling the young version of me to just calm down a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like, just
Yeah.
relax. Cause like, but then also, um, the female, motherly aspect of me, uh, has I acknowledge that she had a certain desire to express herself, um, to express herself and explore herself in new ways,
Mm.
uh, which which resulted in me dancing for a while. Uh, and then while she's kind of just learning about herself, she kind of hands over the baby to the grandmother. So it's quite abstract, because like one way that our society one thing that our society's done that's kind of wrong, not even just our society, but just kind of like patriarchal white supremacy kind of thing that the world's been on for the last couple hundred years, is
Yeah.
is put the role of the mother, like it desexualizes the mother,
Uh-huh.
so that
Absolutely.
yeah it so that it's like when women have children, they're not supposed to be
Mm.
sexual anymore, when
Yeah.
really, like, when you have children, their sex drive goes up crazy. they're
Yeah.
the they're the ones that are actually supposed to be having the most
Yeah.
sex, and they
Yeah.
do, but it's like a hidden thing
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah.
so
I mean, that's the thing, even with like, fuck, going back to a religion thing. Since the start of Christianity, they've been finding ways to like devalue women and like the sacred feminine and like the power that women used to have,
mm-hmm,
like in the old school or whatever, like pagan religions or whatever.
mm,
But yeah, I feel like women have definitely been fucking pushed around and told what to do and what not to do for a long time.
yeah, it's because,
Like,
yeah, there's a whole bunch of reasons for that,
men
I'm
are
sure.
men are afraid of the power as well.
That's really,
Men
yeah, exactly, that's really
want to be
what it
powerful.
is. Yeah.
They're scared of the power that women can have over
Mm.
over them. Uh,
And
I
also
don't know.
when women are empowered,
Yeah,
self-empowered, and when
yeah,
they're taught to be self-empowered, and it changes the dynamic of what a man has to be. It means
absolutely.
men can't be or men are less encouraged or less allowed to be like um what's the word for like basic. You know what I mean? It forces men
Yeah,
to be better.
like the traditional, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, but like the tradition of men, like if you think about it, like
Yeah.
the tradition of men is that it's way more likely, it's way more normal for you to see, like look at home for just an easy example is Homer Simpson and Marge Simpson, or Peter Griffin and Lois Griffin.
Yeah.
Those are both ugly, fat, stupid men
And they have
with
relatively attractive wives.
beautiful wives, beautiful,
Yeah.
intelligent, and that's a
Yeah.
normal concept. And
Yeah.
that's a
That's
result.
changing.
Uh,
And that's changing.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's
That's
a
making
lot of
fat ugly
things.
men scared, eh?
Say again.
And that's making fat ugly men scared, right?
Yes, there you go. There you go. Because really, fat, ugly men are the ones that made that rule.
Exactly. I guess they're the ones in control of the media and stuff.
Yeah. Um.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's
We're
that's the.
covering some shit.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get into some interesting stuff. I mean, all of this has been said. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, people have been saying this for a while now.
I mean, yeah,
It's
it's
just it's all coming to a bit. It's all falling together now. It's all falling into place now. It seems
yeah. I
like
feel
you.
like in this day and age as well, with so many things being said, it's a lot harder to say original things. I think it's a lot. It's better to just put your own spin on it. Like I don't know.
I don't think it's hard to say original things. It's
Maybe
just
not original.
it's a different manner of speaking.
Yeah, I guess not
Yeah.
original, but like shit that's never been said before. You know, maybe
Mm,
said in a different way.
yeah.
But I
Um,
feel like a lot of I don't know, just on a big global scale. I don't know.
yeah. There's definitely like a standard social discourse,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's very obvious when you're stepping out of it
Yeah,
because it's
that's why
like,
I.
oh, I've
Yeah,
never heard that before.
yeah, that's
Like
why I love
you can
people
tell
who
when
talk.
you've
Yeah,
gone.
absolutely. That's why I just love people who talk, man, and just people who can say whatever they have to say and not really give a fuck, and just like I will always respect someone like that. You know, no matter who they are or like what their opinions are. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I don't agree with you, but fuck it. You know you have that power to go out there and spread what you want to spread. Like respect.
No doubt, no
I don't know,
doubt,
man.
no doubt, man. Like
Guess it all
just
comes.
being able to have
Yeah,
original perspective is
perceptions. Yeah,
and
perspective. Yeah,
not
to
being
see
a
the problem in an original way as well. Yeah, yeah. It feels like a lot of a lot of the new stuff is just a rehash of the old stuff, right?
yeah.
Just remixing old shit. That's so modern society is.
Yeah, for real, actually, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like even just the model of a standard city, like every city kind of looks the same.
yeah. Well, I guess in the Western world, yeah,
I don't know. I'll take it all over the world. Like
yeah,
obviously you got like Dubai that's got like cool buildings and shit, but like it's still a city.
yeah.
There's not like
I
I
guess
don't know.
it a sense of yeah, in the sense of it being a lot of people stacked on top of each other.
Mm.
But I find a lot of cities have very different energies. To be fair,
Oh yeah, no, that's true. I meant it in
like
an architectural sense.
okay, yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
you. Okay.
yeah, but no, as far
City,
as energy, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
That's my favorite part of traveling. Actually, is like
yeah,
the vibes.
absolutely, yeah,
Mhm.
and just witnessing shit that you never like otherwise would you know see or even have like be a part of your fucking existence.
Mm.
Like there's so many good things to be said about pushing yourself outside of those comfort zones and like traveling and like actually just witnessing different shit. Because it's easy, man, when you grow up in like in that small town mentality or like in those places and just be like, yeah, this is cool, this is what I need, this is chill. And you have everyone, you're growing up and everyone's telling you that same shit as well, and they're all like, yeah, you know, you're happy here. Why the fuck would you travel? Like, you've got everything you need here. Blah blah blah. And then people don't travel, and they don't like. They just end up in this little echo chamber of bullshit.
Mm.
And like that's, I reckon everyone should travel, man. Like everybody should do themselves a favor and just fucking jump on a plane and go somewhere weird for a couple of weeks, even if it is only a couple of weeks, and just see some new shit and see some different shit and like, because it's easy to get into those same grooves of bullshit and like, and just slip into it, man. It's so easy just to slip into doing the same shit day in day out and not really think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Shake
for
shit,
sure.
bro. Always, I reckon.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're looking like you're about to pass out, bro. Actually,
No, I'm here.
I should probably cut you short, bro. I
Yeah.
say
I'll figure out a good.
you cut it whenever you want to cut it, bro. Because like, I
Yeah.
can keep going for hours, G. I always enjoy a good chat.
Yeah. Same. Like to be honest, like I can sleep, but I'm really not gonna be like sleepy
Yeah.
until I go into my bed. So.
Alright, fair.
Mm,
Yeah. You don't need the sleep.
I'm, but I don't know. I feel like we covered it, man. I was meaning to bring up that meditation on another conversation, but
Yeah.
it just came out now, so whatever. I'll probably bring it up again.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm interested.
oh,
I'm
you know what? You know what though?
Yeah, what's up?
I forgot, but I was meaning to actually call you before you joined. I was gonna tell you to talk to a tree.
Talk to a tree.
Yeah, I was gonna tell
Gonna
you to talk to a
raining
tree.
outside.
No,
I've
not necessarily right now, but do it at some point.
just
And,
whenever.
yeah,
I
see what
sit down,
happens.
have a chat with the tree.
Yeah.
Man, I'm probably gonna do acid again, like next week.
Mm.
Maybe that could be a time to do it.
Nah, do it before you do acid, man. I want you to do it from a sober place
Sober.
because
Alright.
there's a
Respect.
method, there's a methodology to it. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Just sit out in my front yard then, like in front of all the people going past, and just have a chat with this tree. It's gonna be good, man. I'm
And
gonna get into it.
I don't want to tell you too much. I'll let you figure it out. But you know, just touch the tree. You know, feel the energy.
Yeah,
Um,
I got you.
and be very open to how a tree will communicate, because tree's obviously not going to speak how a human speaks in like in long sentences and shit.
Alright.
But like also the first thing that comes in your head is usually if you have especially if you have a clear mind,
Yeah.
the first thing that comes into your head is usually like more or less what you should follow.
Alright.
And
Respect
trees make some of the best like therapists.
that.
You know what I mean?
I get getting grounded and like yeah.
They're old.
Man, yeah, I had a teacher when I was in high school who used to fucking send kids outside to like stand under the tree. Like when when they were like doing dumb shit. He used to be like, nah, chill out. Go stand under the tree.
The
The tree
tree
will
of
sort you
shame.
out. Yeah, straight up. Like, yeah. I was
That's
like, nah,
nicer
bro, the tree
than
will...
standing in the corner of a room, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Even when it was raining, it fucking sucked. It was an interesting school. Interesting teacher as well, bro. Absolutely nuts, but I respected that motherfucker. Like, I always tried hard in his classes.
That's cool.
Had a few good teachers at that school, actually. Pity the shit ones were really shit. Yeah.
With that being said, actually, no, let's leave on a better note than shit teachers.
Yeah, sorry, man. That was a down buzz, eh? Hey, that being said, G, what sort of music wise have you been cranking some stuff out? Have you been writing? Like, Let's have a chat.
I told you there's this last. I've really been playing
You
with.
compiling the EP now?
Oh yeah. I've been doing that for the last
Yeah.
like 5-6 months. But
Alright.
the I've been playing with my voice a lot, like not on the computer, just like vocally, like
Okay.
a new like kind of style of lyricism now. And
Alright.
I guess it's somewhat um influenced by like these like sing-songy trap rappers,
Yeah.
but like I follow the sound of, and that's kind of how I've been writing for a long time, but like
Yeah.
I follow more the sound of like what sounds I want to make with my voice, and then
Mm.
I bend words around that a
Yeah.
lot.
I've noticed you are real good at doing that. Like when we've been recording,
Mm,
you get the words in and then you bend the sounds and like you have a real good way of melding them together. Like
yeah, so
really
I've just
appreciate it.
yeah
Yeah.
I've been honing in on that.
Nice.
I told you I've been working on it's kind of like a lovey song, but it's not
Yeah.
really like it's
Alright.
just it's bouncy and
Alright. Yeah.
sexual.
Like
Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Funky, lovey song.
yeah,
I got you.
very, it's
I'm keen to hear
very
that.
yeah. I like singing. I just walk around singing it. It's a nice song. I just need to
Man,
put
that's
it
great.
together.
I love that
Yeah.
when you get a tune and you write a song and you're like, yeah, I love this. This is so good.
Mm.
Like, because at the end of the day, making music for yourself is like the best way to do it. You know.
At this point, I have so many songs like that, so I'm really excited to just
Yes.
get these off, man.
Fucking oath, brother. I'm excited to hear it, man. Like for real,
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
me
be good.
too. Me too.
Yeah. Just have a big fat
Um,
like live stream listening sesh. Like drop it
yeah,
on live stream, G. We'll fucking bounce
yeah.
through it.
That was actually an idea I had as well.
I'm
But
down with that.
what's it? Yeah, man. Finish up that song as well.
Yeah, I'm chatting to Sparrow. I need to have a chat with Sparrow like after this actually.
Do you think
Be
it's
like, wait,
possible for you to do like an online kind of collab type thing?
yeah, man, easy. Like, yeah, if I when I find a beat, like maybe I'll get one of my bros over here actually to send me something he's been making,
Mm.
and then like, yeah, if we want to do something on that, if you like it,
Oh yeah, for sure.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, I got
Are
lots that
you
I've been
talking
writing.
about on the same track or a different one?
Oh, on the same track if you want to.
Yeah, I like that beat a lot.
Yeah, bro,
It's,
do some shit. Like,
wait, so how many views did how many plays did that have on SoundCloud? The
which one?
instrumental.
Shit, I don't know, man. When I found it, it was like 40, 45 or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Cause that's a really good instrumental, bro.
Yeah, don't do
I
it,
was
boy.
thinking it was like a type beat or something with it.
Nah, man. I
Yeah,
think it
man.
might have been a type beat, but
Okay.
like on SoundCloud, bro, everyone's making that shit. Like everyone.
Mm,
If you type in like so and so type beat or like dark trap beat or free grind beat or whatever,
mm,
and then you just filter it into like released in the last day, you'll still have like usually 100 or so tunes to pick from. Most
mm.
of them which have under 50 listens.
Yeah,
So like
I used to not like type beats, man. Cause not that I didn't
it's
like
like
them,
a
but
beat,
like
bro. Yeah,
I I dismissed them because I thought it
yeah.
was just someone trying to make
To
a
yeah,
popular
someone else's.
sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then I was informed that they just call them that so that someone will
to get
search it.
popular. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, it's still like a good beat's a good beat,
Yeah.
whether it's a type beat or anything. Like, yeah. And I'm trying to even do stuff. I've got a fucking bunch of like drum and bass beats and like a bunch of other like real wacky beats that I want to. I'm gonna do some funky shit over.
Mm,
I'm in the process of doing some funky shit over actually, with a
okay.
couple of them.
Hell
So
yeah.
like some real like just out there shit.
Yeah, I'm
I
excited
think
for
it's
you
gonna be good.
to get on your in your weird bag, man.
Man,
Cause like, bruh,
I
that's one thing like I really liked
appreciate that.
about this last track was like something about it felt like it gave me a like uh um like as an ignorant kind of like as an ignorant person who doesn't know the culture, it gave me like Australian kind of like Crash Bandicoot kind of vibes with the winds, and then also your ad libs like yo, like that type of shit that you were doing on this shit. Like, and that was my favorite. That was
Fuck
my
yeah.
favorite aspect of it. It was like this is like familiar music, like it's familiar. It's like kind of a trap instrumental, but like
Yeah.
I can tell that you know
I'm
it's
trying to fuck it
different.
up a bit. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's the thing. I want to take something familiar and cause it to be unfamiliar, but not in a negative way. You know, like I want to take. I don't know. I want to do a lot of things. I guess.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see when I do them. Eh? That's when I'll fucking. That's when I'll say. Like, that's the thing. I can say all these things now, but until I fucking put that shit into action, it's just words. So I'd rather just put my actions, put that into the actions. You know,
yeah.
use that energy and actually doing the shit, and not just sitting and talking about doing the shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. But you'll see.
That being said, we're gonna end it there.
All right, bro.
I'm
Maybe I'll just.
I'm gonna put a link. I'm gonna put a link to your SoundCloud on the bottom of this. And good morning and good night.